All right. Good morning, everybody. If I sound okay and if you can hear me, hit that number 1. I should sound okay based off of the Kyle, Ty, the man, Fairchild, Raspberry, Maddie. Perfect. Good. All right. The volume is there. All right. Real quickly, just for those of you that watch us in the archive, if you want to continue to have something to watch in the archive, the way to ensure that happens is to help support the stream. How do you support the stream? Well, using code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms is, like I said, hitting the like button. It certainly does help. Truly appreciated. But ultimately, what's going to keep this party going, what's going to allow you to continue to have something to watch in the archive, is to use code CLAY with any of these prop firms. I recommend Take Profit Trader, but there are other prop firms out there. So there you go. Like I said, this is totally viewer supported, no sponsorship. So if you want it to continue, code CLAY, all caps. So thank you for hearing me out, those of you that watch this in the archive. All right, now for those of you that are here live, let's get this party started here. So, all right, well, good morning, everybody. It is, what is today? Wednesday, February 25th. The year is 2026. Hopefully you're all off to a good start to the day. And, yeah, I mean, it's been, I don't know. So just, we're right about, okay, the minute 30 mark. Just really quickly, there's nothing really fancy going on with my day, other than, just a minute, let's see if I can. So spent pretty much the morning getting this thing passed pretty poorly because I went $297 above what it needed to be. So that was not the best on my part. So now working on this account here. So yeah, 120. I'd like for it to be more than that, but it just hasn't quite been the morning that I would have wanted. So it kind of is what it is, but that happened. So at least I got, for those of you familiar with the racehorse model, got another horse trained, and that one will be thrown into the racehorse stable. But yeah, let's see what we can find with this one. I need to be very careful. This action is I don't know. I asked in the chat earlier, is it moving fast or slow today? And I kind of ask all of you the same thing. Is this fast moving? Is this slow moving? Because at 1 minute, it's like, okay, that's pretty slow. Then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, wow, we're 15 points, 20 points higher. So I'm not quite sure what to think of the action. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with it. I need to be careful, but I don't know. Dash, if you go back to the minute and a half mark, I literally just talked about everything you're asking about. So the good news is you have to scroll back a minute and a half. Slow is always slow. It's always slow. Okay, Alfonso. Always is a strong word, my friend. So I'm going to have to go ahead and say, well, I don't know about always slow on Wednesdays. And I don't know. Maybe to be fair to you, what you probably meant is, well, more times than not, it's slow on Wednesdays. And maybe that's true. I don't know if I've quite noticed that, but I also, to be fair, I can't say I've ever run a study on the slowness on Wednesdays. But yeah, I do think though that actually, I don't know if I'll be around. Oh, yeah, we have anyways, so I think the most dynamic movement will happen after the market when Nvidia releases their earnings. So if you want some good spicy action, now I'm not going to quite say it'll be like Fed announcement type action, but the futures market, specifically the NQ, MNQ, and probably other ones too, but namely those in the technology sector, are going to care about Nvidia's earnings today. So you will be able to tell watching the futures market exactly when Nvidia releases its earnings. So that actually might be, assuming if you're someone that likes to trade the open, you like more volatile action. Does anybody actually know? Did Nvidia, do they have a time? I want to say I saw like 4:15 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if that's true though. Does anybody have a time off? I know it's after the bell today. Well, for the last, that's quite the shift, Alfonso. Every Wednesday, it's slow. Well, for the last 3 weeks. Okay, so not quite every then, brother. That's good stuff. That's funny. I like it. 425, 420. Okay, so now I'm So right around, anyways, after hours is when there may be some earnings. I mean, big picture wise, if we're just looking at all this, I mean, from kind of taking into account, and then, you know, the price is way down here. I mean, we're looking at essentially an overall bull pennant pattern. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is I think I'm still bullish, but of course, like anybody, I mean, the same thing true. If it's bouncing, or I'm sorry, if it's dropping, it starts to go back up, what are we all scared of? We're scared of, uh-oh, is this going to V-shape? Is this actually reversal back up? Same is true here. Yeah, it's pulling back, but of course I'm a little nervous. I don't know, is this like the backside of the move? I've been bombing lately, little setback. Been getting a little too aggressive. Yeah, scale it down a little bit if need be. This is an interesting area for potentially a long. Now, if this is indeed the backside of a move, well then that area right there is not going to be. So I'm trying to kind of find, because we have some lows here. We have the 50 period simple moving average right there, so maybe like a middle point right around there for a long. See if it wants to bounce back up. Also considering maybe to buy the break like up through here. Right now, so it seems like there's maybe kind of sort of okay, stop talking. Here we go. Let's see if it wants. Now, I'm not going to just blindly buy. I'll want to wait for some form of confirmation. How are all your... I'm a jerk, by the way. I didn't even ask. How are all your days going? Good, bad, green, red, terrible, best day ever, worst day ever, blew an account, passed an account, got a payout, hit the buffer. How are all your days going? Hopefully you're all saying, well, Clay, I bought right here and I sold right there. Hopefully that's what you're all saying. Little green. For Brian, Sam, green. Up 250, not great yet. Net red, net 30. Green 1,000. In a sick and twisted way, your results are making me feel a little bit better about mine. Like I said, on this account, it seems like it should be bigger. I got to keep that in context. On another account, I did fine. I passed the test, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I kind of have that, like, I don't see any, like, massive numbers. Almost. All right, Compton, good job. Way to keep it under control. It sounds like you got some risk management going on these days. Compton, I like to see it. Pass 3 more accounts. Fantastic. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing is that makes me feel better. Not that any of you are doing terrible, but I wouldn't say anybody's doing fantastic either. No offense. So that does help with my, okay. I think it's just, like I said, it's kind of, I don't know. Has it been fast today? Has it been slow? Just green by 350. So 318 on the day. Okay. And by the way, if this is like, if you're up $300 and this is like your best day ever, I don't mean to disparage that. I'm just saying, I don't know. It just, something doesn't quite seem, I don't know. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens here. Again, I'm not, or am I going to blindly buy? No, let's see how this candle forms here. Uh, 5 minute, 71. Where's 71? All right, I'm going to try a long here. At 71. This is actually the 21 EMA on the 5 minute. Gold is not quite there, but maybe potentially a double top coming on gold. All right, well, if it decides to bounce literally right off the 50 period simple moving average, that purple line, then I will not be getting a trade. Okay, this candle is almost done in 5, 4, 3. Okay. Would love to see it come down here, hit me, and then give me a nice hammer candle back up. Okay, I'm trying to get long at the green line. Maybe I should just be getting long here instead. Choices. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, there's the answer. See, that's... Again, I love multiple time frames. I advocate multiple time frames, but that is where multiple time frames can kind of get you. Again, it is worth it to use multiple time frames, but as anything, there's no holy grail. So there's always give and take. So this is one of the other situations where, yeah, the 5 minute was showing me the 21 EMA, so I chose that, while the 2 minute was showing the purple line, and the purple line actually was the area that did get a nice, for a scalpy scalp, that is. And that was, I was looking to do a scalpy scalp trade. So although it didn't bounce huge, it bounced enough for me to have had a scalpy scalp. So that is, like I said, as Thomas Sowell, my favorite economist, says, there are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. So that is one of the trade-offs with multiple time frames. The only good volume today was at the open. Well, I know that depends on how you define good volume, I suppose. And this volume has been staying pretty solid. All right, well, the pullback continues now. Really did not care. Well, as of now, hasn't really cared that much about. Let me just bring it over. Not really caring a whole lot about the 21 EMA here. So... Oh, by the way, if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, please hit that like button. Friendly reminder. It may not seem like it's doing much, but it does make a big difference, and it's actually very practical for me. It's good feedback for me and whether or not I should be keeping the party going, because I prefer to just use my time on things where people are enjoying. But how do I define, measure enjoyment? That's where the like button comes into play. So if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. As you veterans know, got to be up to 100 likes by the 1 hour mark, and that's where I deem, okay, yeah, people are indeed interested. So I appreciate it. I was watching gold this morning on this move here. I guess in hindsight, it's dirty. Down and then just straight up through all these areas. But are any of you trading gold? Gold just seems so slow now, but I might be wrong. Is gold, am I in timeout? You are not in timeout, ask a guy. But I don't know. I was watching gold, but it was like barely, I don't know. And this was right here too, when near the open. So do we have any gold traders here? Is gold kind of maybe chilling out a little bit or no? I'm definitely not touching silver. Is like I mean, when a chart like this has like gaps in it, when there are gaps within the time, like right there's a gap down, here's a gap up, but it's like look at these volume bars. I dip my toes in GC from time to time, but not regular enough. Okay, Apex box. Well, I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with it. NP3, because the people that Apex blocked are not actually part of the actual market anyways. So that, and I understand why you would think that and say that, but yeah, that actually has no bearing on how gold and silver are trading. Well, the 5 minute is actually starting to flex its muscles with the 21 EMA. A little bit of a breakdown blow, but now we're getting a hammer candle right there. So we'll see if this is something I can work with. Yeah, nothing that I can really work with her on the 2 minute. It's just kind of, Ooh, that sounds good, Evan. Hey, Karim. No, but if all you have is icky apex, then you cannot get experience with gold and silver to comment on your question, right? Well, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, but I'm not sure how that's relevant to what, who was that person, to what NP3 was saying. My claim was gold seems like the volume has dropped down quite a bit. He said, oh, well, that's because Apex is blocked. And well, given that Apex users are not part of the market, they don't have any effect on that volume. So, I mean, sure, McLeese, but I'm not sure how that was necessarily relevant to the point that topic of conversation about volume being lower than seemingly normal on gold. Hey, outdoorsman. But I do agree, yes. And if we were talking about the more people that trade gold, the more advice you can get because the more experience they have. Agreed. I did not mean that. I was just stating a fact that whoever has... Okay, yeah. That is true, yes. That whoever does use Apex... Which that, yeah. So from a live streaming standpoint, that's probably good information to just note anyways, because, I mean, is it even worth me talking about gold at all? Because a lot of people maybe don't care about gold anymore, and the reason why they don't care about gold anymore is because they use Apex, and Apex has denied those things. So yeah, maybe it's not even worth bringing up gold anymore while it's banned at Apex. All right, I'm going to go ahead and... So we have this area right here, which has been resistance, and now seemingly once again resistance. But that, earlier I'd mentioned that maybe thinking about a breakout point there. Let's draw an upward trend line. Yeah, that's a good idea, Brian. Yeah, that's got to be one of those lines that you got to think everybody and their brother's uncle's watching. Which is a great reason to, yes, and that would also be agreed. Yeah, if you do like gold, then take Private Trader. There we go. Nice little quick plug for them. They have not banned it. So at the top, take Private Trader, code Clay. I don't know about that. Maybe. I mean, if gold settled down, I don't know why they would ever... Well, by the way, I only know of Apex. Did other prop firms ban? I mean, now that more stuff has come out about what was going on within Apex and the framework, I can understand why they started to ban gold and silver. But I don't know if other prop firms have actually banned them. Can we trade? I don't think those are out yet. I think they come out next month, force fed. But yes, you should be able to trade stale Twinkie futures. No. I didn't say Twinkie futures. I said stale Twinkie futures. There's a difference. There will also be Twinkie futures. But I plan on trading the stale Twinkie futures. So yeah, this area up here does look pretty interesting for maybe a breakout, because not only would you be getting the break of these highs right here, you'd also be getting a break of the trend line. So it might be worth taking a swing there. Do we have any sort of lower trend line that might be worth keeping an eye on? Maybe something like that for a lower trend line. All right, I'm at my limit. I always like to limit myself. I can have 3 lines. So if I'm going to add another line, one of these 3 yellow lines will need to be deleted. Everything has recovered very nicely except Bitcoin. Has it? Man, you know you're a good stock investor if you don't even know what's going on with the stock market per se. Because you're like, I'll check back in 20 years from now. So good. I'm glad to hear my stocks have apparently recovered. That's good to hear. It took me a long time to get that phase, by the way. From a day trader mindset to investing, that's such a huge bridge. It's also like when I'm trying to invest and then I'm like, all right, well, let's pull up the 2-minute time frame and get the ultimate entry. It's like, wait, what are we doing? Like, what do we really need the ultimate entry? Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I have had a couple where like I've gone in a day trader mode and I miss an entry on something and then I never get in. And then, I don't know, months later, it's like, oh man, that probably was not worth trying to get an extra 15 cents better entry to have missed out on that. So but it's something that at least I struggled with as a day trader, from separating out day trader mentality versus like an investor mentality. That's right. Code Clay, all caps, 40% discount with Take Profit Trader. No activation fee also. And right now, I'm just trying to be patient. Because if you are a subscriber to the Don't Diddle in the Middle, that is exactly what's going on here. We have these couple lines, and we were basically right in the middle of these two lines. So, kind of one of those. Doesn't make sense to take a trade if, like, I'm not fully on board. Some people, which, hey, we all got our own things. They are like, no. I will never diddle in the middle. Fair enough. So those people would not be taking any trades right now, but I'm not totally on board that. Hey, good morning, Green Candle. For investing, the phrase I always heard, I think possibly for me actually, is that the time in the market always beats time in. No. I think that's like a Warren Buffett phrase. So definitely not me, because I'm a baboon. Got the Zorro Treadline Z. Zorro? Like isn't that a lawnmower maker? All right, well, we're just trying to wait, trying to be disciplined. I don't know, or is this a short up here? Like, look at where these lines enter. We need about 1, 2. Okay, that would be so like 313 would be like where both areas are broken. Not only this flat top resistance right here, but also this trendline resistance, like right there. Hey, good morning, Gary. ES and NQ, are they? I'm watching gold. Let me pull up ES over here. I guess I'm not quite sure what you mean by diverging. They both look like they kind of have bull pennants to me on the 5-minute. I don't know. Maybe we might be looking at something else, Sub-Zero. So yeah, my view is via the 5-minute. Again, they're not the exact same. Hey, Anthony. How was Atlantic City? Or is that not why you've been gone? All right, we're getting some movement here. Good morning, Tim. Well, if you diddle in the middle right there and you chose long, good job. Okay, this is the area I'm watching for a potential breakout. Dismiss my spelling. I'm don't worry. There's no way you're worse than Neil. Hey, zombie, choppy day. I don't know. I guess I guess that depends on how you define choppy. And I feel like crap today. Well, hey man, just remember the markets will be here tomorrow. Well, if the markets are not here tomorrow, we have way bigger things to worry about. So if you're not feeling well, odds are the markets will be here tomorrow. It's dancing around. Yeah, that's one way to say it. Maybe that's what we should call consolidation. The price is just dancing. I've heard negotiate. What else is there's barcoding, there's chopping, there's consolidation, I like dancing. The price is dancing right now. but I'm making money today. Oh, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you have to just get sick. Yeah, exactly. Way bigger problems if there's no market here to trade tomorrow. Or I guess it may just be not, nothing too climatic from a few months ago when that piece of hardware overheated, and then like there was nothing to trade, nothing was moving because that hardware component overheated. But that was kind of anticlimactic. So I guess just because the market's not moving tomorrow does not necessarily mean that there's like nukes flying around or anything. I'm a dent. Well, you're in good company then, Sub-Zero. I'm actually wondering, do I want to try to anticipate a break in the upwards direction? Buy this here and see if it wants to push up through these levels. I might do it. I am. I'm going to try a buy at the green line, try to anticipate the break of these levels. Dangerous because I'm technically not getting any sort of confirmation. But I will have a way better entry point than if I wait for all these to be broken and I'm buying way up here. So there's always a give and take. Don't really have any confirmation, but I am technically getting a better entry point. A lower entry point, that is. And if that green line turns blue, I am in. Smaller size here just because, like I said, this sort of price action, I don't know if this is really my strong suit, but we'll take a swing. Yeah, resetting the mental is an important thing. The price is twerking. I'm long from 89. Yeah, I wish I was long from 89. Where's your stop at, Abel? Okay, here we go. Maybe, kind of, sort of. Again, if that green line turns blue, I'm in. I'm looking to try to get long here. But again, this is essentially buying without any sort of confirmation. My stop is break even now. So your stop's at 89. Nice job, Abel. Good feeling. Oh, don't do Abel dirty like that. Don't come down and stop him out. Uh-oh. All right, I think he's out. Well, good job, Abel. Good job trying to give it some... Oh, don't even think about doing that to Abel. Do not stop him out and then come right back up. Well, I mean, if you're going to do that, just go straight up so I have a winning trade here. But, like, I like it when almost every candle will make some money with the movement. Yeah, I agree. I like any environment where money is being made. I should probably... I can't put a permanent line, but I don't know. Is this a leading indicator of a short right there? A short down to this lower trend line? I don't know. I'm going to just stick with my plan for now. But that's an interesting trend line right there. I took one contract long at the 21 EMA, stopped out. Yeah. I'm wondering if I should move this down to right there. I'm going to. See if I can try to... This still seems somewhat bullish, but we'll see. Long at 91. Okay. We got people, others. So I'm not alone in thinking long, which is a good assurance. No, I do not always have a stop initially, because sometimes I know that I'm willing to add. So no. Again, if that green line turns blue, I am in. Looking for a long. There is a bond auction at 1 o'clock today. So if we can remember the bond auction, because yesterday the bond auction actually could have cooked some people if you were in a trade. So I think it's the 5-year bond auction. So if you're around at 1 p.m. Eastern and you can think of it, if you don't mind trying to remind me, that would be good. But I'm probably going to forget. And if that green line turns blue, I'm going to... I don't know. I'm also going to go ahead and just get rid of that line. I think it served its purpose for now. And that also will now allow me to, because that's my rule. I don't want to clutter up my chart with too many lines. So put that trend line. So is this like a short right here? Stop somewhere up around here. Target may be down there. I don't know. Just thinking out loud right now. That golden cross. Well, per my definition of a golden cross, there are no golden crosses. My definition, which I think is the traditional definition, is when the 50 period moving average crosses up through the 200 period set moving average. But I don't. I've always thought that was the technical definition of a golden cross, but maybe I've been wrong. I don't know. Is this the candle that breaks to the upside? I don't know. So far the day seems like yesterday. Oh, yeah, okay, it is the 5-year note. Gotcha. Short, 278. Okay, so Force is wanting to see it come down some more. Was up 20 points, got stopped out, break even again. Hey, you know what? You're going to get paid on one of those. You're giving the thing a room, Abel. I'm thinking I make a new personal rule. Make 2 without turning off PC off. I keep giving it back. Yeah, I don't know. Might be worth a try. If it literally is $200, then maybe that is the kind of the signal. Oh, do I do it? Okay, if this comes up here, hits that green line, and then comes back down, I'm going to take a swing at it short here. Step 1 has got to hit that green line. There we go. All right. Let's see if it wants to come back down now. Again, now I'm looking to get short if it comes down to that red line. 5 years today, usually these shorter term. Yeah. With all the debt right now, the market does care about bonds more than what I've ever been used to. Usually on the economic calendar, you'd see a bond auction and be like, yeah, who cares? But as yesterday reminded us, that could have been bad. You're right, Maddie. That's a fantastic observation. I did see that, but I'm thinking that this action right here could help push it below. All right, I suppose I could have had the scalpy scalp there, but as Maddie just warned me, it literally bounced off the very thing he warned me against, but in my mind, I thought could be broken. Great looking candle here. Hey, Autumn. Yeah. No, I appreciate that, Maddie, and you're right. And as of now, it has bounced right off that level on the 5 minutes, so maybe shame on me. Again, I'm short. Blue line is my entry. Scalp that for 135. Oh, good job. I guess I should have maybe joined you on the scalpy scalp, but we'll see. Oh boy, come on, brother. Make some kind of movement. Short entry. All right, Sokol, I appreciate it. I like the courage, giving a trade plan in real time. It's good stuff. This one is trying my patience now. And the 21 EMA does have me a little weirded out on the 5 minute, but Come on. All right, I'll go back to the drawing board on this one. Please don't flush right this second. At least give me a minute before you flush so I don't look like a total goober. I mean, in all actuality, my ego wants to see this go green now. That way I look really smart for getting out right now. That's what my ego wants. But if you are short right now, I'll try to set my ego aside and cheer on for you to get the flush here. Great scalp. Thank you. I appreciate the positivity, but yeah, that trend line. At the end of the day, Matty was right. He's like, hey man, just FYI, brother. You do have the 21 EMA right below you. And I was like, yeah, nope, I see ya. I hear you. Great call. I think the price is going to break below there. And at the end of the day, I was wrong. It came down there to that EMA that he warned me against and bounced right off it. Maybe this is the time where it comes down and breaks. I guess we'll see. Man, to me, this just looked like such a void of darkness that I figured if this would break, not that it would drop straight down in there, but it would at least, do a little dancing down around this area, but there was no dancing. Very little dancing. Enough dancing for me to have a small green trade, but... And now this. Well, look at that. Matty, good call. Good call. Once again, basically right off that 21 EMA on the 5-minute. So maybe there were some longs here. Lego, yeah, exactly. Lego, your ego. Lego, your ego. $400 scalp. You must be. Are you doing NQ, Steve? That's got to be a NQ trade. I only wish I'd taken it long. I know. Well, now this action, is this trying to tell us it's a short now finally, or is this just gonna chop around? All right, I'm getting rid of this line. Oh boy. Are you going to make me hop back in short? I'm not opposed to it, but... Oh, traps in. I was wondering what that word was. Trapsmin. Traps in. Gotcha. Yeah, it is choppy. It is choppy. Trying to pass my third eval in TPT. Good job. By the way, I'm not saying there was anything wrong with you doing NQ. I was just saying, wow, how'd you get $400 out of that barely budging movement? But NQs, that would make sense. So yeah, that was by no means a question asked out of judgment, just more so curiosity. I don't know if it comes back up here. Is this a short? Maybe these are the new shorts and just a stop up here. So if we're going to range trade and we're going to say, okay, this looks like it's the new range, give or take. And yeah, somewhere up around here is the short. I guess that's how the range trader plays it, right? I love to sweat. All right, well, yeah. Well, the more NQs, the more you'll sweat. You're probably aware of this already, but just in case you're not. Today feels like driving on 4 flat tires. Yeah, it was, like I was saying earlier in the live stream, even this morning, I was like, I can't tell. Like, is it fast or slow today? Probably not a good sign when you can't quite tell. Hello, Sarah. Still wondering if you're going to tell me who you actually are. I know you're the supposed brother of somebody that was banned, but I just have a sneaky suspicion that you're just that person. So we'll see if you're honest enough to tell you who your band name was. Yeah. Sarah, if you think I'm going to engage with you, Sarah, you're crazy. Because I know you're already somebody else that I banned. You probably didn't think I remembered you, but I remember. Michael Stooge something. Yeah. That name does not ring a bell. So you can't ever remember your old names, which tells me that you are just a perpetual troll that is constantly making up aliases. And then you showed up and lied, said, hey, you banned my brother. So no, that's a decision I'll have to, that's a decision I will have to think about. Do I want to engage with somebody that was banned previously, is a perpetual troll because I can't even remember old screen names, and then they lied? That's what I'll have to think about. No rage bait yet. Day trade addict. Going short if we can bounce to 2503 trendline break. Hey, good morning, Ben. Hey, Ace, good to see you. Daytradeaddict.com. Playing fibs, looking for a pop-up, tuner stop. All right, I like that Illuminated Empire. Good stuff. I don't really recognize the name, so good to welcome if you're new. Can't even make money in this PA unless scalp. Yeah. The thing with these markets, to give credit, is once they get breaks, you can kind of get, I mean, they're not flushes. They're not anything that happens within 2 minutes, but you can get those slow and steady moves in your favor, in your favor, in your favor. All right, we're approaching that upward trend line here. But as a range trader, you probably don't trust this. You're like, okay, here comes my short. This has been the top of this range here. Doing all right, Ben. Hopefully you're doing it. How's your day going, Ben? If you're enjoying, we need 12 more likes to get this up to 100, and we'll be at a good pace. Maybe even hit 400 today. So if you're enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it does indeed help. I know it doesn't seem like it's doing much because it's such a simple little click of your thumb or your cursor, but it does make a difference, and it's a good bit of information for me too. So thank you, Brad. Yes, hit that like button. Hey, 101. There we go. Thank you. Good stuff here. I kind of want to buy the breakout, but it seems like odds are higher that it'll just chop back down, right? Because if this is the top of the range, again, it could be the true breakout, but history has suggested that the odds are higher, given it's happened way more often, that it just comes back down. Again, doesn't mean that'll for sure happen, but I had a headache from when I woke up. Those are the worst. Morning headaches. Thank you, Sky. I appreciate that. Yes, code Clay, all caps. Yeah, that 21 EMA on the 5 minute. It's still just sitting there. It's holding strong. You know, it's kind of pulling the Gandalf. You shall not pass. Wish me luck. I have an in-person interview at the new casino that opened. Income equal eval pro convention pay. Hey, I appreciate that. So you're out there building multiple streams of income. Nothing but respect there. I hope your interview goes well. You shall not pass. That's right. Ticker symbol JOB. That's the guaranteed way to make money in the markets. Ticker symbol JOB. I might be a dent again. We'll see. Is that a short right there through there? I better stay away. I need to stay away. I'm going to get rid of that. Just because, once again, that 21 EMA, until the price can clear down through there, I'm going to refrain from the shorts. So on the 5 minute here, we have that 21 EMA. We've had back-to-back bounces off that level. So if anything, I should probably be looking for a long down there. But that's going to be kind of my line in the sand right now for me to convert over to team bearish. Need to see the price get down below that 21 EMA. So I'll remain either neutral to bullish. That's my range right now. Neutral to bullish. Hey, Max. Good to see you. Give me a 1 or give me a 5 if you love like today's price action. If like this sort of movement is like right up your alley, you find great success in it. Give me a 5. Anybody here really liking this stuff? Mitmont likes it. Okay. I'm gonna go long and I need. All right, Blake. Red bars. Andrew likes it. I don't know what 54 is. Josh. Yeah, that's great. Which goes to, I mean, not necessarily great for me, but goes to show there. One trader's turd is another trader's gold bar. Ryan likes it. I'd prefer we set another low or another high. Yeah. Oh, brother. The 6-7. But okay. Some of you are saying it's a very small range, too many fake outs, and that kind of proves my point. Like, I agree. This is not really my cup of tea, but some of you, like I said, you're like, no, I like this price action. Which just goes to show, like I said, one trader's turd is another trader's gold bar. All right, I'm going to try the range trade here. If this is still a range... Now, if this is a true breakout again, it'll be trying to decide. We have this high, we have this high, we have this high. So which one do I want to maybe base an entry off of? I have too many choices right now. Maybe just try to split the difference. I'm going to try a short at that red line there. No big flushes at least. Yeah, there's no big flushes until there's a big flush, which can always be the challenging thing, right? And that's why I also don't like small movement, because slow movement to fast movement can be very, very bad. But if you think about it, if something's moving really fast and you get in and then all of a sudden it slows down, I mean, that's annoying, but it's not actually hurting you. But like slow movement, all of a sudden a fast movement, if you're not ready, oh man, that can be real bad. And that's what we have here. We kind of got slow movement, but if all of a sudden this goes into a big movement, yeah. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Maybe trying to get short at that red line. If that red line turns blue, I'm in. No, go back up. Oh. Well, now it's... Yeah, never mind. Because now it's giving me a little... Oh, see? I based that on the 5 minute. We had that pivot point right there. So I was basing that on that pivot point. Oh, yeah, the pivot point. Yeah, pivot point was at like 17, I think. Yeah, 17. So right there you can see it got oh so close to... Well, had I scrolled in, I would have noticed that it's technically actually never hit the pivot point. When I had it squeezed down like this, it kind of made it look like it had hit it, but... All right, well, back to the drawing board here. Hey, Arts. Drill. I don't know if it's... Or can drilling mean go up too? How relevant are the level 2 data for trade? That depends who you ask, Danny. If you're trading penny stocks, level 2s are very, very important. So you can see what the company's doing, all that good stuff. Is there dilution going on? Is there an insider dumping shares? But this is not penny stocks. So again, I'm not saying that therefore level 2s are worthless. I'm just saying that penny stocks are definitely one of those areas where level 2 is very, very important. Long or short, Clay? Neither right now. Do you drill? No, you do not drill up. That's what I was... But I'm not sure why you're saying drill, baby, drill when the price is going up. Hence my confusion. Oh, Karkesha came back. Hopefully we're going to deploy a little bit more nuanced thinking here. If you want to go back to the 1 minute, 30-second mark of the stream, I explained the context of my day, if interested. Again, the 1 minute, 30-second mark of the stream, Karkesha, to gain context. What's set up? I don't know, Richard. There's nothing really going on right now, Richard. Just sit back, grab some popcorn, enjoy the show, brother. Karkisha, just drop it. Drop it. I was thinking about that. Never mind. It's just this. Hi, what is your initial size, and do you adjust with your... well, my initial size is going to depend on a lot of things. Right now, my initial size is at 5 MNQs. And do you adjust with your profits? I do, yeah. Yep, that's called my, macro risk management. Macro risk management is considering where you're at for the day, which will then drive your micro risk management. So, for example, and I'm just making this up, if you're up $2,000 for a day, then macro risk management will say, I'd like to stay up at least $1,000. Therefore, you now know that within a certain trade, your micro risk management, you don't want to go and take on a trade where you're risking 1,500, right? Because per your own premise, if you're wrong, you have now lost more than what you actually wanted to. Stream has no action today. Well, yeah, because the price isn't doing a whole lot, Richard. I mean, Richard, if you want to buy me an account and then you want me to just go trade it like a degen, I will do that. I'll call it the Richard account. Good job, Joker. How? Just PayPal me over $100. Yeah, I'll full port that thing. I'll give you some action, Richard. But if you think I'm just going to trade to appease you, brother, I think we're on two different pages. But hey, man, if you want to buy me an account, I'll go degen mode. I want to buy an account so you can trade silver. Whoops. But silver's not even really tradable right now. Look at this chart. There's like gaps in the chart. Not a good sign. When you pull up a 2-minute and there's little gaps. That just shows you how low the volume is. Richard, again, you can buy me an account and I will give you all the action you want, brother. Made $400 in ski? What do you mean in ski? Is that like a ticker symbol or something? Oh, school. Okay. Is SKI like the young kid abbreviation for school? Is that like something as an old guy I'm just not getting? Or is that just a flat out typo, Judge? I think the market will be negotiate. Oh. Arts, have you ever tried the MNQ or the MES? Okay, you just misspelled it. Well, I think Richard's a troll, is what I think. I'm pretty sure he's been here before. So I'm giving himself enough rope. When was the last time you lost a trade? What's a losing trade? What's that? Judd, yeah, that might be right. By the way, Judd. Also, Judd, check out the what are those things called? The thumbnail from Tuesday's live trade video. Like $100. Richard, I don't know what you're talking about. A losing trade. What is that? I don't know what is loss you speak of. I would like to come on your show sometime. I remember when I used CMEG. What's CMEG? Correct, Bradley. I don't even know what is he even talking about? Like people lose money doing this? What? I'm waiting to take a trade with you. Great, Richard. Yes, I did. Tried everything, but I'm finally getting the hang of it. Yeah, all right, good. Well, I'm glad you're finding a groove a little bit. So on the 5-minute, we have this big old upper shadow, which was created by sellers. We also have upper shadows over here and there and there. So to get long right now in this territory of sellers where there maybe is another long upper shadow, a little scary for me. But also that kind of looks strong, so I'm not totally sold on getting short either. Hey, JP. Okay, I might try this though, actually. Yep. Right here. What is going on with my mouse? Come on. Now where'd my cursor? All right, there we go. Okay, if that red line turns blue, I'll be short. And I am short. There's my stop. Put out a couple targets down there if it wants to come back down. Essentially trying to play that pivot point on the 5-minute. Seeing if this is indeed some sort of top of the range. Maybe it's a true breakout of the range. If it is, I'm not a very good range trader, I guess. Looking like I'm about to get stopped. Okay, out. No, I did not see what you said about silver. Let me go look. What did you say about silver? May on silver. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. What are you talking about? No, I didn't see what you said on silver. All right, well, let it break out, and then when it came back down, I thought, okay, maybe that's a sign that this is indeed kind of just a fake break, kind of essentially the top of the range is still there, but it wasn't. Oh, I'm in March. Oh, okay. So what do I need to change to? What's the current one? SIH what? Okay. SIK 6? Let's see. Okay, that does look better. Still some gaps, but not nearly as bad as what it did. There we go. So, okay, I did not realize that. SIK is now what you want to be on in silver. Well, as I was mentioning earlier, these slow days like this can kind of be annoying, but if you can just be patient, these things can also grind, not fast, but just slowly in your favor. Let's get a push to the daily highs, maybe. Hey, Eric. I'm wondering about maybe a buying kind of... Okay, let me get rid of these lines here. At least that one. Maybe this lower trend line comes into play at some point, but... So this was the former breakout point. Just, oh, it kind of already did actually back test. We'll see if it wants to back test it again. Okay, going to go for a long at the green line there. We're trying to get long at the green line on this pullback. If it pulls back. It did pull back, but did not pull back enough. Good. Oh, boy. If it goes back to 314. I think I might have missed a message, Jorge. If it goes back to 314, what? All right, getting close. Again, I'm trying to get long at that green line there. Okay, so you're getting long at 314. Roger that. Where's your stop at? All right, maybe. Again, if that green line turns blue, I am long. And once again, it got close, but... Okay, close. I'm getting nervous now. All right, it's gotten close too many times. Is this thing about to flush down through? I'm going to try here now instead. Now it seems like, is that going to be one of those instances where I get filled and then it immediately just moves down even deeper? So I'm going to move my entry a little bit down further. Okay, maybe, no. Did anybody watch the markets during the State of the Union last night? Was there any spicy action, or is it pretty uneventful? I watched very little of the speech. I saw where the hockey goalie got the award, but it was uneventful. Okay. I would not have guessed that. I thought there would be at least a little bit of spice, but I guess not. Yeah, I know he handed out a couple of awards. Man, this is gold. I'm sorry, that's ES. Okay, ES is definitely now somebody mentioned earlier that they were kind of not the same. Agreed. So NQ is kind of just putzing around. And then if you look at ES, I'll bring that over real quick. ES, brutal move right there to the shorts. After that candle, then to have that happen, yikes. Doggone it. All right, well, I'll cancel that order out. So that makes me feel better. At least this pullback here never would have filled me anyways. Ooh, yikes. Ooh, is that a short right here, maybe? I might take that as a short. I am. That's going to freak out some bulls, I think. If this thing pops up and then comes all the way back down here, I think that might freak out the shorts. Well, I mean, it could have done something. That was kind of the point. But yes, agreed. It didn't do much. Okay, if that red line turns blue, I'm in. I like this from the short side. Did that just freak out a lot of bulls? Fake breakout candle here. Let's see. Nasty, nasty potential candle here. Again, fake breakout. Do we get some people freaking out now? And if longs freak out, that would be good for a bear like myself. Goodness. This action is something else. All right. Now I want to see it come up here, and then if it comes back down, I'll try again. Short here as well. Gotcha. Well, what do you mean, Todd? Oh, sorry. Okay. Took a big, and the Iran stuff made it on downfall. Well, don't forget, Todd. I think you know this, but you do have to do your flip trades, so just keep that in mind. Short with me at 22. Yeah, right now, I want to see this pop up a little bit more. Like if it gets up around, I don't know, here, and then comes back down, I'll get another swing. New York is in a big ordeal over a snowball fight. Now, I don't know, but my suspicion is that there must be more than just a snowball fight. Like, I don't know. I think maybe a little bit of context might help me understand, because that does sound goofy at surface level. Is in a big ordeal over a snowball fight. My guess is there's maybe a little more context in there that is being left out. I guess maybe they are. But I don't know. That sounds a little goofy. So, Outdoorsman, is there any other context you would like to add? It's really just a snowball fight. They turned on the cop. Oh, wait, so there's police involved in the snowball fight. Okay, well, that makes it a little bit different than like a normal snowball fight. When I hear about a snowball fight, I'm thinking of like kids throwing snow at each other. But now all of a sudden the cops are part of the snowball fight. Okay. Outdoorsman, it's seemingly you left out some context here, I think. Now, were the police officers like playfully having a snowball fight with kids? Mass people turned against the cops. Okay, so we did. So I was right. He left out a little bit of context. It was not just the snowball fight. Gotcha. Okay. All right, I'm going to try a short up here. Stop will be right there. Good. Okay, so some days, think about this distance. From the entry to the stop. Look at that distance. Some days, like on a very volatile day, that's what, like potentially 20, 25 points. Today, it's 4. It's 4 points. Look at this. That just shows you how today, not the most volatile that we've seen. Other days when I'm like, man, you better check your distances. This distance, like I said, could easily be 20, 25 points. Today, 4 points. Yeah, I do think there's a lot that goes into the thought that the market's just kind of waiting for that Nvidia earnings. I said this earlier, and it's looking like it's going to be not that it was like a gold genius claim on my part, anyways. But I think the best action today will be after 4 o'clock when Nvidia earnings comes out. How long that action lasts, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. So again, I'm looking to get short at the red line. My stop will be at the green line. Long since 307. I hope I can get your order, Clay, so I can. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, Octo, scroll back on the live stream about a minute and a half. All right, never mind on that as it now drops. Cancel that out. Maybe a long here. On the pullback. So I'll look to get long at that green line now. And this big old candle is a whopping basically 10 points. On a volatile day, I mean, how much do you think this candle would be worth on a volatile day? 60 points probably? Not today. That was like a 12-point candle. So a trick that I like to do for myself is just watch these numbers and watch how long a certain... Okay, never mind. No. Watch how long... So the 19, 18... Look how long 17's there. Look at 19. Look how long 19, 18... Look how long 18 was there. 17. Look how long 17's just there. On a very volatile day, it's not like that. At all. Now you may say, well, Clay, 17 was there for like a second and a half. Yeah, that's actually a very long time. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Trying to get long at that green line. I can't. All right. These are the days where the market, where Marky the market maker is like, I'm going to try to send as many people on tilt as possible. All right, Evan. Problem be hard to find a paper bag these days. I don't get it. What are you talking about? I must be missing something. Oh, man. Maybe I just start smaller and... All right, let's... Uh-oh. I could have sworn I hit buy. Did I miss it? Did I misclick? I'm scared. Maybe I just missed the click. Okay, there it is. All right, long there. I'll add in some more. I just started with 2. Oh, great. And my 5-minute just... I think trade debate's all right. Can have initial target up there if it wants to pop up there. And I only started with 2 because I'm willing to add some, but as of now, it's trying to consolidate out here around here. Okay, added 2 more. Come on. I don't know. Do I just take the scalpy scalp here? Do I give it a chance to bounce? Bounce. Go. Go. Come on. All right, at this point, there's no way I'm letting this thing go to a loser. So I'll put my stop slightly in the green now. So this will be a green trade. If I get stopped out, very, very minimal green. Come on. Get up. Stopped out. Thank you, JT. All right, well, I think that was like a small little winner, but yeah. This price action is something else right now. It is something else. Well, I mean, it wasn't even $5 with commissions. It was what, probably, if it's 25 cents a contract, I don't feel like doing the math. This does look interesting. I should probably be getting back in long and just throw my stop loss down there at this point. I mean, why not? Oh yeah, thank you. Yes, 1 p.m. Eastern. There is that bond sale, which I want to be reminded of. Want to see how this candle finishes, and on this next candle, I'll be looking to potentially take another long. But I want to see how this candle ultimately finishes. So this is the 2-minute time frame, meaning each of these candles moves around for 2 minutes. So I'm watching that timer right there. And when that hits 0, a new candle will start to move around. So I'm not going to do anything until that at least hits 0, and I can start to see how this candle closes right now. I'm eyeing 301 for a long target. Oh, you're thinking it drops even further? No! Well, that is always the risk. If you're like, okay, let me just get one more candle to see how it looks. This is the risk you put on the table. It's like, nope, I'm not waiting for you. I'm out of here. Well, that's the power of independent thinking. For those of you that are like, no, Clay, I agree to be bullish, but Clay, I disagree that you need one more candle. This is good enough for me. I'm getting in. Good job. Be an independent thinker, folks. Be an independent thinker. If you are sitting with me on the sideline because you're just blindly following whatever I do, that is not good. That is not good. That is not how trading actually works. Learn to think independently. And here's a perfect example of that. The independent thinkers, they're doing nicely right now. Is anybody in this long right now? Did anybody get down there and disagree with me on the, well, wait one more candle? Nailed that. Thank you. No, thank yourself, Philly. Think your own independent thinking. Good job, Lynn. Hey, how's your pro doing today, Lynn? Good job, Southpaw. God, that is just... I'm at 320. Looking for new all-time high. Are we up near all-time highs? I'm in short. Where's your stop at, Ben? Scalp 10 points that long. Good job. Yeah, 10 points in this sort of movement. That's a good move. Yeah, Mark, that's just standard YouTube. Like, this is not real time, which is also why people that are following me, yeah, there's I think about a 3 to 5 second delay. So yeah, that's just live streaming. That's just YouTube. I wonder if they do that on purpose, or does the technology just not exist to have it be like real time? You would think that I don't know. For as high as technology is getting, why do like delays in stream still even exist? I don't know. Oh, the day high? Oh, gotcha. There you go, Southpaw. That's the better way. I'm out with a 4-point win. Nice job, Ben. The delay is right. No, I understand that, Cody. Well, I guess I didn't understand that per se. But what I'm saying is, how do we not have technology that like overcomes that problem? That's what I don't understand. So I guess for you tech geeks out there, that's still a frontier to create a company that can solve the issue of not having to worry about buffering, blah blah blah. If you can solve that issue, it sounds like there's a market out there for you. Right. That is my point, Danny. Why do we need these better servers? Why can't we just have a server that, where there's zero lag? If I was a tech dude and understood all that stuff, sounds like that's where I'd be focused. Okay, how do we solve the issue where there can be no lag on live streams? My current price on the 2-minute chart is currently 320. Okay, and Gerald, what are you using that price for? Is that like an entry, a stop, a target? It is. It's science. That's what technology helps with. Overcoming science. That will never happen. Oh, I don't know. Never is a strong word. I bet if you told somebody 200 years ago, you know what? There's going to be a day where this letter that you're going to have to wait about 6 months for a reply, 3 months to get there, 3 months to get back. You'll be able to have a conversation with that very same person where you exchange letters within seconds. I bet that person will be like, "What? Have you been eating too much? Have you eaten a mushroom out in the woods that we have not tested yet?" I also think it's hard to commercialize because there's such a high demand for low latency. You have to. Yeah, I don't know. But that is still the problem. Is you have to pay billions to reduce latency. That's what I'm saying. Is there a way where you don't have to pay billions to reduce latency because there's a piece of technology? I say this with all due respect, and I don't want to necessarily say it because I hope I don't find myself doing it. But this is, I've said it several times before. Hey, I totally understand if you blew an account today. With this sort of action, I don't quite understand how anybody is cooking an account. The only way I could see somebody cooking an account is if you lose your mind with the position size. Because even if you shorted here and you're still holding here, that's only 20 points against you. Which, yes, it could cook an account. Hey! What was that? Okay, now that's action that can cook you right there, boy. What was that? That's right there. Anybody that was in there short or long, that's what we call a toilet paper trade right there. Hopefully you have this at your desk. You need it. You need it after that. What is this? That is exactly what we call a toilet paper trade. Oh, you were long? That wiped you? Yeah, okay. That sort of movement, I get. But like these slow moves is what I was getting. Man, the timing of me saying that. Good. It's like Marky the market maker knows. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I know, Kyle. Is that not what it seemed? Okay, I'll rephrase. If you were long there, yeah, I can understand how that might have just cooked you right there. I get that. But what I was trying to get at before this just kind of rained on my point was, yeah, these slow moves here where, like, you're making a very conscious effort to get, I don't know. On days like this, it'd be hard to blow an account. It would take a lot of effort, but not on these candles. Thanks a lot, Marky. Market really wanted to prove. Yeah, I mean, Marky was not happy. Who's Marky? Well, Marky is the market maker who lives in Fort Knox basement, and he just controls the market. Good old Marky the market maker. He heard me. You made $1,500 on that? Good job. I've had a couple of those trades on stream where I'm in, and it just goes all of a sudden like those ones are like my brain stops working, and I'm like, just get out. Good. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Would you say that, though, had you just taken a losing trade? Be honest. Be honest. You'd probably be like, I hate your stream, you scumbag. You irritated Marky. I don't know if we know what happened. That was just... So this looks like an intern. Like, I can see an intern on Wall Street, and somebody's like, all right, we're going to need you to sell, a bigger amount of contracts. And then, like, they misclick a button, and then the market's like, wait a second, who's trying to dump all these contracts? All right, well, let's lower our bid. We can get a better price because we can see somebody's trying to sell a lot of contracts all at once. So then the market, takes advantage of the intern, and then it goes straight back up. And now the intern is probably fired. Well, somebody just sold. Somebody, decided to, I'm not even half joking. Like, I could see that being an intern that hit, like, the market order instead of slowly trying to scale out. And then the market noticed, oh, look at this. So they started to lower their bids, which means that now the price has to go lower to find buyers. And straight back up. Oh my. Okay, if you were along, so Bowman, man, just be careful, buddy. I understand your frustration. Can you imagine you're along, things are looking fine, that cooks you, and then all of a sudden it goes straight back up and is now breaking. Oh man. There are some longs right now that are, if not on tilt, they are flirting with tilt right now. Oh, you had some accounts passed in that dump. Well, congrats. Maybe some firm. You're still in? Yeah, if you're long and you sat through all that, I'm not quite sure what to think about that. That sounds like holding and hoping. To be fair, it was the right move, but I don't know. Just be careful for that because there are some of these instances where it spikes down and then it keeps spiking down. So, okay, no, that's a confirmation bias. Stop thinking that way, Artsy. You're putting too much. You're putting too much emphasis on they. It's just supply and demand. A bunch of supply showed up. There wasn't enough demand to take care of it here. So, I mean, where did the demand finally step in? Hopefully you're saying, well, like down here. Well, how do you know that's where the demand stepped in? Well, because that's where the price started to go back up. Stay long, Clay. I'm not in anything right now. Long a micro and close your eyes. Yeah, is this about to just grind higher? That was brutal. But even that, in all actuality, it was a big move. Relatively speaking, but this movement was at, let's see, 33 down to 10. So that was what? Like a 23-point move? Like that, I mean, on a day like today, that's big, but most days, 23-point move is nothing. All right, Pond, I'm going to put you in timeout just because that's getting obnoxious at this point. Every day you're talking about these crashes every single day. So we'll give you 30 minutes. It's just annoying. All right, let's, maybe a short here. This candle has me thinking maybe a short. Okay, I will get short down here. My stop will be up there. So if that red line turns blue, I am in short. Green line will be my stop. Okay, in. Just throwing some targets down here. Not that I expect a spike, but hey, you never know if a spike might happen. There's my first target. Yeah, I don't know. Should I just be taking scalps on a day like today? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a total baboon for trying to get anything to, give me a little bit more than a scalp. But I am a baboon, so we'll let it play out. Thank you. All right, well, let's make sure. Are you serious? All right, out. That was supposed to be where my stop was at. Well. Well, yeah, it's just one of those days. I was positioned. I got the move. I get my first target hit. But even before I could lock in get my stop in, it had already bounced back up. So that's how fast. Like, I thought you said Harvey Dent at first. I'm like the Batman guy. $350 short. 5 stop loss. Whoa. Okay, Boobo. Holy smokes. Well, that's quite the art RVR there. Risking 15 points to get 105 points. All right, brother. Well, you can lose a whole lot and still be profitable with that sort of math. This is worse than the A's. Is it? Yeah, today, this is, yeah. Well, I'll try another short on it if one pops up, but all these upper shadows are suggesting that the sellers are moving in, but. So if it comes up here and then comes back down, I will once again try a short right here, but again, step one for me, want to see it get up in, right around that yellow line. Look for another product. No. Product hopping is not the way. For me at least. Yeah, I don't know, Top. Or is there action out there anywhere? Well, I don't know. I'm asking you. Is there action out there anywhere, brother? You tell me. Is there action out there anywhere? GC, are you with me? Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can say. I say that about, today's not one of those days where I can really understand people blowing accounts. But as I experience these days, sure, like it takes a lot of like bad trading because the thing's barely moving. But I can see how these days just cause people to go on tilt. The screw it voice shows up, and the screw it voice just wins the day. Bitcoin has been pumping like crazy. Yeah, is Bitcoin going up right now? Oh yeah, 30-minute. Yeah, if this thing rolls back over and comes back, oh boy, that might be what takes it. The final breath. The bulls are trying to get all happy again, and if this thing rolls back over and fails, maybe that's the discouraging moment where the lows down here finally break. Because, yeah, bulls are feeling pretty good right now. So if that fails, man, that could be rough. Yeah, that's what we've been saying, Buford, is I think the best action will come after the close today with Nvidia earnings. Flag. What time frame are you looking at? Not saying you're wrong, just wondering what time frame. If you're enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, if you could hit that like button, that is appreciated. It helps. Hey, Alpine. So, okay, does that mean I take a mortgage short Bitcoin? That's. No, you did not listen at all. I didn't say take a mortgage. I'm saying take mortgages. That's what I'm saying. So no, that's not what I said. Not a mortgage. A mortgage. No. I'm talking second, third. If you can find a bank to be the fourth lien on a property, let's go. That's what I'm saying. There you go. Yeah, yes. Yes, your distant cousin. And all you got to say is, trust me, bro. That's it. Just trust me, bro. Usually I think that works at the banks too. If you walk in on the bank and you're like, I need a loan for Bitcoin, and they're like, well, we're going to need a little more information. I think if you just say, trust me, bro, they're like, oh, okay. How much do you need? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. If anybody wants to go and do that, just take your phone with you and record the interaction. Pretty sure it'll work. I believe they just say trust now. Oh, you don't even have to say trust me, bro. Or is it brah? Trust me, brah. Or bruh. Are the jokes extra? Oh, it's okay. Bruv? Bruh? I don't know. I'm trying to, when is the last time we've had something like this? This is just, yeah. It's not legit for me unless it's the OG bro. That's a real proverb. Trust me. Yeah, that's true. Bro, yeah, that is the OG. I like that logic. I mean, I see this is even what's tricky. You have all these upper shadows, so which is making me believe there are sellers here. So that's what's like, yeah, I don't really want to get short. But on the flip side, we have all these upper shadows are forming a really nice bull flag. So do I really want to get short in a bull flag? No, not really either. So I don't know. That's why I'm just sitting here giving fantastic, but it's also hard to get. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. These don't make me, yeah, exactly. These make me think sellers are here. Therefore, I don't want to get long. But these also don't really want to make me get short because these are forming a bull flag. And this bull flag is occurring in a, an uptrend. Look at the 21 EMA. Nice. So I don't know. That's why all of this right now I'm using the order, the SOH order. The most powerful in all of trading. This order will make you the most money over time. Sit on hands. You can always, and I don't say this in a bad way. It's just what I've noticed, and it makes sense. But you can always tell who a newer trader is because you're like, hey, Clay, why aren't you trading? Clay, it's been 37 seconds. Why aren't you trading? It's like, well, hey, please realize that the vast majority of time as a trader, you're going to just be watching. You're just going to be waiting for stuff. Sure, there are some strategies like Neil where he's trading 4,872 times every 3 minutes. But like most of the time as traders, you just got to sit around and watch and wait. Or someone that needs to make, yes. And if you need to make rent, yeah, you're going to find trading to be very hard. Even if you have a valid strategy, if you need to make rent and you are trading to make rent, oh, may God have mercy on your soul. Hey, Cam, good to see you. Well, you know, I am a baboon, but I try not to be that much of a baboon. I'm going to replay right now, Code. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, do I southpaw? All right. I'm going to wait till reset. I mean, if I was going to go long, I'd probably just wait, just put my buy up here. That way, all these upper shadows, which again, these upper shadows are representing sellers. So if you get filled up here, then, I mean, this guarantees nothing, but at least you could make the argument, okay, well, I'm buying at a point where seemingly all these sellers have been pushed aside. Yeah, that's what we've been saying, Alpine, is I think today's, at this point, the best action will happen after hours with Nvidia. I've taken no... Hey, there's S-nated. I've taken no trades the past 2 days. I missed. Looking forward due to work, and I no longer change for almost, so no trades for me. Hey, that's good discipline. Looks like more of a broadening wedge. I don't know if do you mean like, I think I've heard of like a megaphone pattern? Is that what you mean? I've heard of this called like a megaphone pattern. Is that what you'd call a broadening wedge? I don't know if I've ever heard of a broadening wedge. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I might take a swing at it here. This is technically now the bottom of what is maybe this bull flag that's taking shape. Now, if this bull flag fails miserably, then yeah, I'll probably have a losing trade. But where do you see going the rest of the day? Oh, I have no idea. That is irrelevant. Just a minute. Okay, if it hits that green line, I'm going to throw a buy right here. Okay, good enough. Okay, I got a partial fill. Okay, I'm in. Just in case there's some sort of snap back up, I'll try to be ready for it. I'm not necessarily saying there will be a snap, but you never know. Let's see if we can get the bounce. Again, I'm trying to play the bottom part of this bull flag, the bottom part, the 21 EMA. Once again, maybe I should just be scalping here, but because I'm a baboon, I'm just going to let this thing try to bounce for me. Piece of garbage. Let's see if it can bounce up a little bit more. All right, I got to just get out. Well, that one clearly did not work. So the bull flag decided to not be a bull flag anymore. Oh, I saw a bull flag there. I mean, that's a bull flag I saw. But, yeah. For any of you that are like, no, it was not a bull flag because of XYZ, I guess XYZ proved to be true on that case. So, yeah. Like I said, not to mention I was playing the bottom of the bull flag at that time. I also had the 21 EMA right there. I also had a little miniature hammer that had formed for a moment. So a hammer candle at the 21 EMA at the bottom of a bull flag in an uptrend. I thought maybe I had a chance, but no, there are no guarantees. Yeah, the London low is there. Sorry, the London low got me. I thought it was the Mexico midpoint. All right, on the 5 minute, we are at the pivot point once again, which has produced supports before. Maybe I'll take another swing at it down here, but we'll see. How is the YM doing? I don't know. I really don't watch the YM much. How is it doing? Not going to touch the button until it reaches. Not going to touch the button until price reaches 25 or 25,210. Okay, so you slug and skied, you're like a sway trader. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but apparently you have no problem at all holding for the next 3 hours if you need to. Again, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but to me, that's, then no thanks. That sounds like torture. But yeah, for you sway traders out there, what are you talking about, man? I don't mind holding for 7 hours if I need to. Hey, more power to you. No, I'm a scalper. Well, but I don't think I would, until it reaches 25,410. 20, yeah, well, no, I would say you're not. I would call you a sway trader because your levels are hundreds of points away on a day where the y-axis over here is only 5 points. So my point is, you are apparently okay with maybe needing to hold for hours on end. Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I would not call that a scalper. I would call that like a sway trader, which I think we coined it around here, which is a combination between a swing trader and a day trader, sway trader. So technically, you are a day trader because in futures, you're going to be out within the same session. But given a session lasts 23 hours, that futures do open up the possibility to hold a position for technically, 20 hours. So I would not call that a scalper. Yeah. So you would be what I would call a sway trader. Okay, I thought you were already in. Okay, maybe I misunderstood what you're saying. Not going to touch the button. Okay, I guess I assumed you were in and you meant the button was you're either going to stop out at that point or take profit at that point. But I suppose I assumed that you were already in, but that's not what you're saying. If you're not using the prop firm, you can hold. Well, yes. And if you're not using a prop firm or futures, you're a crazy person. Okay, all right, gotcha. Then yes, I'll take that back. I thought you had meant you were already in. Sorry about that. Swing trader. No. A sway trader is you are a day trader, but you're basically a swing trader within the context of a day trader. Like, I'm sorry, if you're gonna hold something for 6 hours, again, that doesn't mean that your strategy's not right or doesn't work. I'm just saying that's not a scalper in my mind. Man, I scalped out of that. Took me 8 hours, but I got my scalp. It's like, well, But hey, if sway trading works for you, more power to you. It just illustrates how we're all a little different. Some people look at me and be like, was this dude just in a trade for 17 seconds? I'm like, yeah. They're like, dude, that would give me anxiety. I'm like, actually, that gives me peace of mind. Many ways up the mountain, the trading mountain. I like scalping is seconds, just me though. Yeah, exactly. I don't know exactly when somebody's a scalper and not a scalper. I don't know where that line exactly is, but if you're getting in a trade right now and your targets are like 50 points in both directions, okay, well, on a day like today where the price is barely budging, in your mind, you are okay with potentially needing to hold for hours, which is kind of where, okay, yeah, you're more of a sway trader. Do I ever use upper V-wet bands? I don't know. A scalp to me is 7 to 10 points. Yeah, but that, I mean, that's also, I would say, a context of the day, right? Because on some days, a 7 to 10 points might be considered like a micro scalp, right? Well, what do you mean a micro scalp? Do you see what I mean? Like, we can parse things out. But yeah, 7 to 10 points, I think that's reasonable. So maybe this is some kind, whoops. I don't know if this is maybe the new range we're in. For you range traders, tell me, is this the range? For those of you that always laugh at us when we start to complain, oh, it's so choppy, and you're like, stop complaining and just trade the chop, trade the range. Is this a good range? Somebody tell me. Who's our expert range trader that makes $8 million every day? Tell me, is this a good range or no? You range traders make it sound so easy. Just trade the range, you idiot. If I were to trade right now, I'd be looking to get short. Yeah, I don't. I'm going to look to get short up here. I'm going to look to get long down here because I think this may be some sort of range. And there's people in the chat that told me just range trade because it's very easy. So, okay. Nice job, Ben. Congrats. My bottom is closer to 300. Oh, okay. Kind of using that. Yeah. I'm going to look for a long at the green line. A blind buy in the sense of it's not like, so the one right here, I first waited to get a hammer candle. But this one, in theory, I could be buying on a big solid red candle. However, within my premise that this is a sideways channel, well then I think it could bounce somewhere right around that area. So I'm not going to necessarily need to wait for a hammer or anything like that. Bigger time frame signals bullish for me. Broke above bullish. B pivots on harmonics. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about, but if harmonics work for you, I mean, that what you just said, I can tell you one thing. You are way smarter than I am. That sounds very legit. So Mo Tech, I like it, man. I'm envisioning you playing the harmonica while you watch your harmonics. Am I right? Are you playing the harmonica right now, Mo? Dedicate an account to chat one day. Oh, yeah. You're saying we should all like come together. Yeah, that I agree with Steve. That'd be a tough. I mean, it's already hard enough to determine if Trump's speaking or not. Hey, Trump's talking. Can somebody confirm if Trump is talking? And if you've ever been here for one of those, we know we get like 38 different answers. So yeah, An interesting idea, but one where I think we'd probably miss every trade because we'd be constantly trying to figure out, like, come to a unanimous decision. Again, I will be looking for a short up around here. Just because right now I have the premise that this is a sideways channel. Now, if my premise is wrong, well, then guess what? I will have a losing trade. But that's how trading goes sometimes. But then that is a two-sided coin. Because if I'm right, and this is an upwards channel and it rejects and comes down, well then, hey, I'll have a winning trade. I've been trading for about 2 years now with these prop firms. I can now pass in about 2. Cool. Good job, Ben. We might get there. Yeah, maybe we'll get up there in an hour. I suppose I should throw out an order here on the short side. There we go. So I have a short up here, a long down here. Nothing fancy. I've identified what I think might be this sideways channel, and I'm going to try to play the channel. I'm not, like I said, I'm a partial don't diddle in the middle person. Some people are very hardcore about it, with I respect. You got to do what is best for you. So we are basically in the middle right now, so I'm not sure I want to diddle, but yeah, there we go. Call me, yeah, Clay Channel Trader right now. I wonder why the volume is so low. I think, like a lot of people have said, to which I would agree with, the market's probably just waiting for Nvidia. Because the market, like, really cares about Nvidia. I mean, when Nvidia announces earnings today after the market, NQ, MNQ, it might even be better action than the Fed. Might. Might is the key word there. I think there's a chance. Because, now how long the good action lasts for, well, when I say good, it may be terrible action for you. But like if you're someone that really likes volatile action, I think you're going to get some really volatile action on the news. Okay, maybe a short here. So there's my short stop, or green line is the stop. Just trying to put, you guys tell me, just trade the range, Clay. It's easy. Okay, fine. I'm going to try to trade the range. I'm trying to get short at the top of the range. Lunchtime volume. Nah, I don't know. This volume has kind of been this way. Again, looking to get short at the red line. Last time I got up here, it got rejected. Will it get rejected again? I don't know. That's why I have a stop loss. Bagged another 150. I'm getting bored. Dang, dude. I want to be a baller like you someday. Man, I'm only up 755. I'm bored. I want to be like you when I grow up. Steve the baller. That's what you got to. Steve the baller, the shot caller, the 20-inch rims on the Impaler. I just aged myself. All right, here we go, maybe. Just adjusted my entry up a little bit there. How many points is my stop loss? Alex, right there, my friend. Right there, brother. Honestly, who cares how many points my stop loss is? You should do the points for your stop loss based on your strategy. I'm scared that you're trying to mimic exactly what I'm doing. That makes me scared. Don't do that. That's not how trading works. How did I not get filled? Okay, I'm filled. Come on. Okay, good. Got that one. Still could be a losing trade, but... All right, let's make sure this is the winning trade at this point. Just reject or come up and take me out. But I want to make sure this is the winning trade. Come on down. Come on. Thank you. Good. Put my stop right there. Let's go for our next target down here. And then just in case it wants to bounce off the 21 EMA, put my next target right there. So there we go. This will be a green trade, not just trying to figure out how big of a green trade. Hey, look at me, Mom. I'm a range trader. I'm a big kid now. Look at me, Mom. Uh-oh. Somebody learned how to putt. Name the movie. Somebody learned how to putt. Wait, oh, let me get this order out of here for now. Yeah, I don't need that one down there. VIX not moving. I don't know. I do not watch the VIX. Come on. Come on. Just stretch a little bit more. I'm looking at my P&L right now. I'm like, how am I only up like, what is going on? It's so slow today. Like on a normal day, I'm probably up what, like, I don't know, 30, 40 points at this point. Right now I'm up what, like 7 points? This is crazy. Am I stopped? All right, there we go. So, okay, there we go. Oh, yeah. Somebody's closer. All right, well, there we go. I traded the range. I'm glad I was right. That was indeed a range. That was the top of the range. I took the trade, and it worked out. Now, I was hoping in my ideal world it would come all the way down here to test the bottom of the range. That would have been a way better choice. Way better. I don't know what I was trying to say. Way better move, but... Play range. Yeah, there we go. Okay, do I try it again? I don't like it as much, so I'm going to go half size now. I mean, why not? Why not? I don't know. Does this give a fake break at this point? Let's do this. I think there might be a bit of a fake break. There we go. Whoa, hey, I'm in. That one kind of freaked me out. Let's calm down, though. I'll take that. Not gonna lie, that was a miniature one of these trades. Miniature. So that was a 2 square. I needed 2 squares. Now, if this comes back down, like I said, I would just simply call this a fake breakout. But I know those in the cult member or those in the cult have all sorts of cool names for in the event this breaks out and comes back down. In my mind, that's a fake break. As I was saying, maybe I'll play a fake break of the channel, but I do concede calling something a fake break, not from a marketing angle. If you're trying to build like a cult, probably not the best thing to call it. If it makes new high of day, I might short. That's true. Don't stop. I know what you're trying to do. I'm not going to rant and rave about that. Oh boy. I will say this though. One of the greatest inventions for us as day traders was micro futures. Micro futures game changing because until micro futures, if you didn't have, now also prop firms, but micro futures are just, were so game-changing when they were invented. So before then, yeah, maybe small cap stocks, low float stocks, penny stocks, maybe those sorts of things made sense. Because, hey, I don't have a lot of money. I got to go with the pattern day trader rule. Let me trade those. Because before then, you could have said, well, Clay, there's no pattern day trader rule in futures. Why don't you just tell these people to go trade futures? The problem at that point is, can you imagine telling a newer trader, yeah, go trade NQ. No, that would be stupid. But now when you can say, hey, go trade MNQ, MES, because futures just move better than all those small caps. Yeah, Clay, well, I saw a small cap that moved 300%. It doesn't matter. Like the math, and especially when you get into the prop firms and if you go into copy trading, it makes 0 sense. Small cap, low float, penny stocks makes no mathematical sense anymore. And I've broken down the math before. you're taking on way more risk. You need way bigger moves, and you're still making less money. Anyways, don't blame me for ranting and rave. It's Alpine. He got me to rant and rave about small caps. Not to mention you have all those other things like halts and just, it's so just dented. Again, I will give credit. Before somebody said 2019. Okay, yeah, was it 20? Man, time flies. But before 2019, and I've been there, I can see, because the pattern day trade rule is stupid in and of itself, but so I can see, okay, well, if I trade these small caps, if I get an offshore account, blah, 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 I can try to grow my money more and all, like I can, but now it doesn't make any sense. The invention of micros, game changing. And then you factor in now prop firms and how you can have that even extra layer of risk protection, because that's what micros are. Micros are just a risk protection mechanism because they just don't move as much. So now you factor in micros in a prop firm. It's just like, man, I know I say it every time. I get it. I sound like a grumpy old guy, but you young kids, you don't know how good you have it. Clay, have you thought about running a mobile stream at the same time? No, I have not. I don't even know what you're talking about though. I just assumed that this was, how do I run a mobile stream? How does that work? I heard they were changing that. Yeah, they are. They're changing the pattern day trade rule to $2,000, but there's still massive problems. $2,000 is still technically at risk of your money. Do you know how many prop accounts you could buy for $2,000? Not to mention stocks just don't move as good as futures. I know today hasn't been the best, but even today, still better than stocks. Like a mobile car wash. It's trying to creep up to my stop loss. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to think anymore. I don't know if this is just kind of like one of these fake little breaks of this upwards channel. It could be legit though. So I'm curious if it pulls back, do we get some sort of action like that? If so, then okay, now I'm going to start to think that this is a true breakout. But right now, in my mind, as I see it, I'm still undecided on whether or not this is actually a true break or not. Oh, when are they changing the PDT rule? I don't know. I would argue it's irrelevant. If you're a day trader, day trade futures in a prop firm. Stocks move like paint compared to futures. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, again, even if it's $1,000, you still have to leverage that money up to make anything worthwhile. So your $1,000 can be gone so quick. Whereas $1,000 in the prop firm space, again, I'm just going to go take profit trader. If you're getting that 50K account for $100, well, that's 10 accounts. I remember when you switched from primary trading shares to posting trading Tesla options. Yeah, no, I've been around. As again, this doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right. That's why I always default to the math. But I have lots of experience trading, day trading options, day trading stocks. Futures are so much better. They're so much better. Would they? No, I don't have any interest in stock futures because one of the great things about futures is I get to lay in bed longer. If you're trading, the more things you have to choose from, then that means you got to start to scan. You've got to start to look at multiple things. I don't want to do that. I love knowing that I'm going to look at NQ, MNQ, maybe gold, and that's it. I don't spend money on scanners. I don't even use scanners. But that's just me. If you want to wake up and now have to run scans on futures because there's like 10 different stock futures in combination with, the ES and gold, and that's fine. That's fine. That's just time out of your day that you have to spend doing that. For me, at my stage of life, I'm looking to save time anywhere possible. And that's why futures are great, because I already know what I'm going to trade every day, because every day it gives me multiple opportunities. You can lose 18,000, then make the deal and break even on props. Try that, Matt. Oh, yeah. We've done Alpine. We've done that before. We've had some people. I still feel bad about the one guy. He showed up and he's like, he was just talking. Believe it or not, people talk tough in internet chat boxes. But I was like, yeah, well, what do you got? And give me your best ever small cap trade. And he was like, oh man, on this one I made $40,000. And I was like, okay, well, give me some numbers. How many shares, price? Long story short, the dude risked an insane amount of money. He needed a huge move, and he made less than if he had taken a much smaller amount, gotten 5 accounts, copy traded those 5 accounts on like it was just and I know you know this, Alpine, I'm just saying in general. Like at the end of the day, me saying well, I've traded stocks, I've traded options. Futures move better. Trust me. It's like, well, no, that doesn't mean anything. But like when you just look at the math, it's just, yeah, the math is just the math. Yeah, that's the one benefit, Stusher, of being an old man, being around on, well, I mean, I started the Clay Trader channel in 2013. Yeah, I've done a lot of things, and I was very stubborn with futures. Prop firms, I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace. I was probably more stubborn than I should have been. But, I mean, let's be honest. Prop firms at face value seem kind of sketchy. And it's like, So I was kind of sketched out. But after enough of the same prop firms survived, stayed around, members of my community were like, hey, I just got paid. Hey, I just got paid. It's like, okay. But yeah, futures, I was definitely way too stubborn towards. For too long. Jennifer, actually, she sent me a message on Facebook. She just got some stuff going on, but she said she will be back. So I'm reaching the point where maybe if it comes down here and can start to show me some strength, might try a long down here. Again, just the idea that we have, this top range right here, and then just the classic breakout, back test, and go. Obviously, that's not guaranteed. But that's what I'm thinking might be worthwhile. See? Right there, man. Yeah, Alpine's been around a while. But that's also what it takes, right there. Read his message. What was he doing on New Year's Eve? Out partying? I don't think that's what his message said. Rising wedge. Rising wedge. I don't want to have a confirmation bias kick in here because you told me there's a rising wedge. I'm not saying there's not. I got to be careful of a confirmation bias now because you told me there's something like that. Is that what you're thinking? I'm not going to call you crazy. But I don't know if I don't know if that one really catches my eye enough. Assuming that's what you meant. Oh, hey, thank you. Okay. Actually, something to keep in mind. The auction for the bonds is at 1 p.m. Yesterday, there was an auction, and at 1:02, the price went spazzy. I don't know if that's going to happen again, but at this current time, the market does care about the bond auction. So yesterday, I think it would have been shorts that would have been cooked. If I remember right, there's a huge spike in the upwards direction. Now, also, and I'm talking a little bit out of my back, okay, a lot out of my backside here, but I'm not quite sure how the bonds work. At 1 is the auction, but the auction first needs to happen. So I think at 102, 103 is when the bond auction results are released. I think. All I know is that I will not be in a trade from basically, well, we'll see. But just keep that in mind. Maybe nothing happens, and that's what makes these so tricky is sometimes the bond auction, the market cares about, other times it doesn't. It is, so yeah, does anybody know, is that how it works, Alpine? So the auction starts at 1, and then the auction actually needs to happen, and then a couple minutes later is where the results are given, and that's what the market's reacting to is obviously not the fact that there's an auction, but the results of the auction, which are a couple minutes later. That would make that in mind. That's what I'm guessing. Is the auction starts at 1, and then the result, which really is kind of crazy when you think about it, how fast this auction must be. Like it's done in a couple minutes. Man, that auctioneer must talk really fast. Clay, well, technically it's all bots and algorithms. I know. That was just a joke. It was just a joke. I know one of you are getting ready to type. I don't even know what it is. Not delayed. Big banks do have a certain amount of time to buy in. Hey, Telegram, where have you been? It's been a long time since I've seen your name. You don't even, yeah. Traders are traders can come across as, like, I understand how people call like traders degenerates, because I mean, people are like, I have no idea what the bond is because it's irrelevant. People don't understand that, but it's just like, well, I don't know how all that stuff actually works because it's not really, I just need to know if it moves the market or not. The Fed prints money and buys the bonds. Prefer the yeah, pretty much. But for the rate, that's what they're most care. Like, what level can the government get away doing that? Hey, Emro, good to have you. Like, you're trading on a total sim, or do you have some skin in the game because it's a prop firm? Clay, can you be the auctioneer, please? Like, okay, here we go. 1 o'clock. Now, I'm just gonna hold. My thesis says at 1:02 we should get some jumpiness. Let's see though. Yeah. That's the thing, Alpine. People are like, I want to learn how to trade futures. I'm like, well, do you trade charts? Or like, yeah. I'm like, okay, good. That was the best decision you ever made, was to learn charts. But because, yeah, some people think like, well, I don't know if yeah, futures look awesome, but I don't know if I have the time to learn all about what futures are, how they work. I'm like, oh, you don't need to know that stuff. Just use charts. Okay. Per my thesis, nothing should be happening right now. My thesis says at 1:02 something could potentially happen. I feel like it's Braveheart right now. We all have our spares. Hold. 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 That's what I feel like right now. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you have made very poor life decisions. Because that would imply you have not seen Braveheart, which is a very terrible life decision. No, not Hodor. Hold. I don't even think that's I don't even think that's a hot take. If you have not seen Braveheart, you are making poor life decisions. I don't even think that's controversial at all. I mean, I might as well just say water's wet. All right. Maybe we get a spike here. Maybe it acts like, I don't know. Yesterday's move was kind of excessive. I don't know if we'll get that much, but we'll see. Okay, here at 1:02. Well, maybe the market just doesn't care at all today. Water isn't wet, though. Are we about to geek out with some sort of science conversation? Is that where you're taking me, Legsit? Yeah, no. Yep. Please blow the chart to go down a bit. Oh. Yeah. People, if you're just getting involved in the markets right now, you really, it's just one of those things where, oh man, I'm giving up. I've blown 8 accounts. I'm like, you've blown 8 accounts. What are you talking about? 8 accounts. That's nothing. Now, don't laugh about blown accounts. I'm not saying you shouldn't take it seriously, but people beat themselves up way quicker than what they need to. Yeah, you just don't know how good you have it. Seems like the market's just been slowly grinding up since Asia, maybe waiting for, yeah. I think that's kind of the consensus, Daniel. People are just waiting for Nvidia. Which I don't think I'm going to be around for Nvidia. I think I have a meeting. And when I say meeting, I mean like something like just not, that makes me sound so like, oh wow, quite the business guy. Not one of those meetings. That sounds way more impressive than it actually is. Yeah, right now they look like the bond auction, meh. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying that if you want volatility, if you want some spicy price action in the futures world, when Nvidia announces, NASDAQ cares. All right, have a good one, Alpine. Meeting, that means you need to make lunch. Oh, I don't eat lunch. I don't eat breakfast or lunch. I fast. All right, well, I think that has passed, and I am going to take a swing at it down here long. We have both the 21 EMA, which I just, look at that. Some beautiful bounces recently. Doesn't mean it'll bounce again, but we have the 21 EMA. We also have this top of the former channel. So maybe this just is a back test and go. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, fast every day. Yep. Come on, calm down. There's a 94 chance Nvidia will beat earnings. Yeah, it's more so a question of, and I know you know, I'm just saying in general, it's not really whether or not they beat, it's what does the market think about them beating the market? Do they beat the market, or do they beat by enough? Do they beat by what people thought they would beat, therefore the market goes crazy? I mean, you can beat the estimates and still get destroyed, because if you don't beat the estimates enough, uh-oh. So yes, at the end of the day, not really a matter of if you predict whether or not they beat the earnings. It's, well, how's the market going to react to that news? All right, here we go. Okay, I do have an order down there. You can't see it because it's hidden behind the yellow line, but right here you can see. Come on. Yeah, but even that, like I've seen good guidance and the thing is still going down. I see bad guidance and the thing is going up. Like there just seems to be, it's not black and white. I'll put it that way. Earnings is not black and white. Okay. Again, I have an order to get long at the yellow line. All right, I need to move this down some now. I'm afraid that if it breaks down below the 21 EMA, it's going to snap down a little bit more than what I had my entry. Perhaps in hindsight, I should have just played the bounce off the 21 EMA, but we'll see what happens. I mean, yeah, as a stock trader, earnings is always the best time. You know, you get those you get like 4 Christmases every year. But that's the thing is, like, with futures, who cares about earnings? Like, the price moves plenty every day. Sometimes stocks, like, they need those earnings to create enough movement. But with futures, it's like, nah, they're moving fine. And I'm going to try a long here. See if this does ultimately want to bounce up off. Okay, I'm long. See if we can get a bounce. Couple targets right there. Maybe I should be, I don't know. I love BTTP. Your view of the chart, please. Yeah. No, I can't look at it right now. I'm in a trade. Try not to lose my life savings. Again, I am long. I'll put that one up there just in case there's a spike. Waiting for the bounce. Well, I'm waiting to see if it bounces. I don't know if it will bounce. Come on. Come on. At least hit that first target. That would be nice. No, I didn't say get close to filling that target. I said, could you hit it, please? Thank you. All right. Still could be a losing trade, but it'll be a little bit more modest at this point. Next target is up here. Or do I just want to make sure this is the winning trade now? Yeah, let's just put it at break even. I don't like whatever. Either keep breaking out or I want out. On a day like today, I'm not going to let it putz around on me. So again, this will be a green trade. My stop is above the entry, but I want this thing to just come up straight right now. If not, I'm not going to sit around through a bunch of chop. How did you not film me? Thank you, brother. Hey, there we go. Come on. That'd be crazy if I got that one hit. I wasn't really expecting that, but that would be icing on the... And this would just be total icing on the cake. Come on, dude. Do it. Push. 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 Go up a little more. You beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh, there we go. I'll take it. Am I really going to get that one hit? No, stop. Don't tease me like that. Don't tease me like that. Should I just play for the high of the day? Maybe why not? Why not? Let's just go for the high of the day up there. I mean, it'll be a green trade. Let's just see if we can get that one. Is gold stuck? I don't know. I don't think so. All right, my stop is right there, getting close to the stop. Next target way up there at the high of the day, which is that white line. All right, there we go. On a more volatile day, these are some very, very nice trades. So at the end of the day, though, what matters most for me and that I'm keeping in mind and that you would need to keep in mind are the mechanics there. I'm very pleased with myself. From a mechanic, from a trade management standpoint, I'm on point with all this. Now I can look at the gains and be like, good grief. That was a good entry. It curled up, but I only made like whatever it was. But that's not, on a day like today, don't get stuck up in the P&L. Focus on the mechanics. Are your mechanics good? Because if your mechanics are good on a day where it's more volatile, that's where the P&L will reveal itself to you. But if your mechanics are bad on a day like today, and then your mechanics are bad on a way more volatile day, well, yeah, things show up in a not so good way. So just today, don't let the P&L discourage you. Focus on how am I behaving as a trader? How are the mechanics within the trade? Am I managing it, well? And on that, very happy with how that all went. Close your eyes while Clay is in a trade, and it will be a completely different scenario. I'm not sure what you mean by that. You know what I made? $600. I made 600, lost 300, made another 15 and another 120. I'll take it. I'm done. Yeah. At some point, got to just wave that white flag. Eek. Well. Anybody take that? Give me a 1. Anybody take that trade with me? Anybody agree with my thought process? And hop in? Not blindly follow. There's a difference. Bradley, Mike, Rocky, Steve, LFR. You don't trading, Clay? Alex Ruiz. You're kind of freaking me out. All right, nice, nice. All right, let's see what else we can find. 5 minutes looking kind of sketchy. I was playing the 50 EMA. I use the 50 SMA. So right now on the 5 minute, the one, Paul, cool. All right, as we come down here, maybe I don't like this. I don't have any interest in getting long here, namely because of the 5 minute, which I was just showing. Within the context right now, what would you be buying? You would be buying a failed move upwards. This was up here, beautiful green candle. Now it's dropped away down here. Doesn't mean that it'll continue down, but not exactly an area where I'm looking to get long. Done with trading for a day, up 249. Good job. Good job. Atira Grant, good to have you back. Did not make a new high. Maybe a move down. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. 30. Yeah, might take a swing at it somewhere down around here. But right now it is, to be fair, this is the top of the old channel. And right now it did bounce very beautifully right off the former area of resistance. Hey, good job, Carson. Again, Ponzi, I mean, like I said, just, like it's just, I don't know how, it's just obnoxious at this point. You're here every day telling us the market's going to crash, and it doesn't. So, like, you know what I mean? Do you understand? Like, at this point, you're either just a full-blown troll, or you don't understand, like, social interactions at all. It's one of those two. So assuming you do understand social interactions, if you don't mind, just every day calling for the market to crash when it doesn't crash, it's kind of like, okay, man. Got filled as soon as I put a long before I could drive a stop loss. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's always a little spooky. Troll, yeah, we'll see if they're a troll based on how they behave from this point forward. Okay, he's gone. Okay, mods, open season on Ponzi Zombie Killer, ban. Not a timeout at this point. Ban. Let's see, which mod is quickest with the ban hammer? Let's see. Who got him? Acro YouTube. Sorry, Kyle, quick second. He seems like kind of the person that will probably be back, though, under a new name. He's kind of one, I don't know. No, don't unhide him. Ban him. Nathan, you unhid him. All right, here we go. Maybe a long here. Double trap. Okay, I'm going to look for a long at the green line. See if it wants to head down there. I'm on, well, 2 minute chart is what you see here, but I have other time frames over here, so I'm using multiple time frames. But what you see here is the 2 minute. Hey, if you're enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it helps. It goes a long way. It may not seem like it's doing much, but it does make a pretty big difference. So if you could hit that like button, that would be awesome. You think banning people will help your trading? What's your theory on that? That's an interesting theory. All right, again, looking to get long at the green line here. So I want to see this pull back a bit more, but Maybe I'm being a little bit too high maintenance here. Namely based off, or 5 minute, let me bring it over. So what I'm looking at here on the 5 minute, trying to see if it wants to pull it down to our trusty 21 EMA, right now valued right there around the 30 mark. So that is where this is coming from. If you see right here, 30 and a half. Will it pull down that far, though? That remains to be seen. You need to make a... Yeah, there is a lot of slogans on here. I think if I were to make a shirt, probably the first one would be something like hashtag Darcy Effect, or I don't know. Something like that. We had developed quite a few sayings now over the year. I was going to say years, but it's like, well, no. The live stream has only been going for about a year and 2 weeks at this point. But yeah, so even over the past year, we have quite a few sayings. But yeah, that would be one of them. I'm looking to get long at the green line here. And then you could follow it up with, and if the green line turns blue, that means I'm in, right? Trading since basically, we'll call it 2008-ish. Oh, I forgot about Meech. Yeah, that one kind of died. But yeah, don't be a Meech. I forgot about that one, though. Yeah, Scalpy Scalp has kind of endured the test of time. Same with Darcy Effect. I think that one's here to stay. Scalpy Scalp and Darcy Effect. I think those ones are... Oh, yeah, Joe. Don't be a Johan. I don't remember Joe. I don't even remember what that means anymore. But I do remember Johan. And, of course, always will remember Sergio. I like if it goes up to here, it's going to keep going. Unless it goes down, then it'll probably keep... Yes, exactly. I don't know. Maybe get long here, stop down below here. Yeah, the big price movement where I just start speaking other languages. Got to make some hey brother. Yeah, I don't know. Or thank you brother. I probably say that one quite a bit. Bitcoin almost back to all right. Yeah, we were talking about Bitcoin earlier. This is one of these things where if this current bounce rolls over, you got to think that breaks the spirits of quite a few people. And I could see the current bounce right now. If it fails, I could see that being what sends it to below 60,000. Because yes, there are, I'm sure, quite a few Bitcoin bulls out there feeling good. But if it rolls over, will that break their spirits? Thicker symbol G. Yeah, that could be a good one. Again, within the context of the day, this, I guess, I don't know. But this was a account from earlier in the day. Did not do very well with it because I went 297 over. So I did get a test passed earlier on in the morning session before flipping to this account, which is where I kind of started small and just remain small. And still, there's a very real chance I still end red just because I'm not even up that much right now. And if I do end red, that's fine. As long as it's not like a massive red on a day like today, it is what it is. Heard gold just got halted. And where did you hear that at? Well, maybe there's some truth to that. I just pulled up gold. It is not moving. Across the board or just on a certain platform? Because I admit, pulling up gold here on Tradovate, it is not moving. But is that a Tradovate issue or is that a gold issue? Oh, okay. The platform itself is down. Okay, so somebody said Comex is down, which I think that's the exchange they use. Gold is moving. Not for me and a lot of other people. CME problem. What does CME stand for again? Commodity Merchant Exchange? Is that what that stands for? Oh, Chicago. Oh, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. That's right. Yeah. All right, so that's what we were talking about earlier. Like, even to say, well, the only guarantees are the price goes up, down, or sideways. It's like, well, not even that. Because what happens if the exchange has an issue right now? You can't even say that's a guarantee. Because right now, gold's not moving at all. It's crazy. What is the discount code? The code is Clay. All caps CLAY is the code for any of the prop firms. Due to technical issues, the metals and natural gas options market have been halted. There we go. See, that's where, I mean, I understand when people are like, well, the only guarantees are that it goes up, down, or sideways. And I always push back. I'm like, well, no, because if you have an issue like this, it doesn't even move. Can you imagine if you're in a trade and it just stops moving? I wonder how that goes. When it starts, is there going to be a gap, or is it just going to start right where it left off? Or are we going to have like a small cap instant here where, you know, where does the thing actually open? Yeah, the futures exchange will not go. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, one was that back over like near Thanksgiving. Hardware component overheated, and then futures were not moving for like pretty much I think like the entire overnight session. Cattle are not moving either. Like, because they're distracted by something or what? Okay, that was a terrible, terrible joke, Greg. Greg is a cattle broker, so never mind. I wonder if I should not even be trading NASDAQ. Okay, I think I have to get long here. Yeah, it's at least worth a try. All right, I'm long. I mean, it's just boom, boom, boom. Will it finally push up, or else is it going to just chop me to death? I guess we'll see. We'll see if it wants to pop up. No, like he literally trades cattle. Like he's like a legitimate commodities broker. Again, I'm long. This thing is chopped around here long enough for, no pun intended, it's above the increasing 50 period. So, hey, you know what? Why not take a swing, see if it wants to make a pop back up. If it doesn't, it is what it is. What's the ticker? The ticker of what? The ticker that I'm trading or the ticker of cattle? I would be careful. Grain's not trading. Oh, boy. I just got that pop up. This? You scalpy that little thing? Good job. I'm not going for the scalpy scalp, though. Hog's a no-go. You're starting to weird me out, man. I'm wondering if I should just hop out. Getting kind of scared. On what platform are you trading? 2 layers. Layer number 1, I'm in a prop firm. That prop firm is Take Profit Trader. Through that prop firm, I'm using Tradovate. So the platform I'm on is Tradovate, but I am using it through the prop firm of Take Profit Trader. Nice bounce off the purple line. We'll see if it gets any sort of follow through. Stop hunt. Oh, brother. No. Take Profit, or I'm sorry, Thinkorswim cannot be used with Take Profit Trader. You feel like this is going to flush. Well, then you better get short. Blue line is my entry, so now my blue line, my entry is basically acting as resistance. Always a great feeling. TradingView, I don't have anything against TradingView. I like Tradovate charts. Tradovate charts are good enough for me. Indicator you are using. I don't know, candlesticks? Moving averages? I'm going to wait and see. Well, then, I mean, then you really don't feel like it's going to flush, do you? Is the VWAP still a thing? Of course it is. How is a VWAP not still a thing? Well, the purple line so far so good. There is an issue right now on the exchange. Eek. Where did that lower wick come from? All right, out. Unless it's the purple line or green line, where's it at today? Oh, the VWAP is probably way far below, down here somewhere. There's the VWAP right there. Yeah, some things out there are not trading. Nope, still frozen. I'm going to go down to my local pawn shop and continue to trade gold. All right. Go pull out some of your teeth. Head on down. Got to fund those prop accounts somehow. Might try a long again here if it comes back up. Unfortunately, these little moves happen and it's like, oh, great. I don't know, Jack. I'm an old man, a long time. The Q's halted after 12 p.m. The QQQ is halted right now too? What? Huh? No, the QQQ is not halted. It is moving, as you can see right there. Oh, I'm sorry. You did not say are halted. You just said that they halted after 12 p.m. for a bit. Okay, sorry, I misread that. Really? The queues were frozen for a little bit? All right, Arts. That candle right. I don't know. This is just where, like, I don't know. Am I going to about to get suckered into this afternoon shop and I just get fooled time after time after time? Whatever. I don't care. In the sense of, even if I'm wrong, it'll, whatever. It's not like I'm going to be blown up. It's just, yeah. All right, I'm going to try again. To me, I like that candle a lot. Let's see if it can maybe this time make a move. If it comes down here and fools me again, so be it. Haven't seen me have a red day. Yeah, well, these are the days that if I'm going to, these are days that can easily produce red, where you just get chopped to pieces and fooled and fooled and fooled. Like, come on, brother. Look at this. I could not ask for a better looking chart right now from the long side. Now just deliver for me. I am long right now. I need a good strategy. Okay, well, remind me of, we need to have the strategy talk. Robo, after I'm done with this trade, say, hey, Robo needs a strategy talk. How am I today? Yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Look at this. Another lower shadow. Come on. Give me something here. Yeah, maybe a double bottom. I don't know. Yes. Oh my. Okay. What do we think the estimate of people coming by? Is the market's frozen? How many people do you think how often do you think we're going to see that question now? Everybody grab your straight jackets. It's coming. It's coming. Another lower shadow. Come on. Just bounce a little bit. All these nice lower shadows. Stop down here. Target 1 here. Target 2 here. Entry point right here. Go. Why won't you go to your home? Are you too good for your home? Name the movie. Correct. Happy Gilmore. Go. Go. Please. Go! All right, I'm making this at least a break-even trade at this point, or we'll make it a small winner. Because it'll feel like such a waste of life if that ultimately makes it a just. So at least I put the loss behind me, but I'd like to at least get one target hit. Come on. At least hit my first target. And then if you don't mind, just break out another 80 points, if you don't mind. I don't think I'm asking for much. Hey, thank you, brother. Oh my goodness. Put my stop there now. Let's see if we can get a push up to this area. So these are my next couple of targets. Here's my stop, which is in green. I've got, okay, I'm about to get stopped out. Oh, what a good grief. This action is something else. I don't even know what word to use. Oh my goodness. Well, at least the world makes sense. I'm glad to see that, these candles did deliver for me. Why? There we go. I'm telling you, how many times do you think we're going to see it? Why is gold not moving? Why is gold not moving? Oh, so it froze during the copper dump, huh? That's interesting. Well, if anybody took that long and you're still in, congrats. Unfortunately, as you saw for me, it came down and kicked me out of the trade. Yeah, again, if you're somebody here and you're like, man, today has been great. I love this action. I'm doing very well. I applaud you. I don't understand your strategy at all. I don't understand how you can be attracted to this sort of price movement, but that just goes to show that we're all different. We all have our differences. But yes, anybody that is just, oh, this is the greatest day ever. I love this price movement. With all due respect, you are a crazy person. But I say that tongue-in-cheek. I say it ironically because, yes, there are many ways to make money in the market. And some people may absolutely love this price movement. I am not one of them. I own a industrial electrical company that will be site for Sorai's copper dumping. Oh, strategy talk. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, Robo, you seem to be under this illusion. I understand why you are, because a lot of people unfortunately make it seem this way. But you are acting as if you can walk into Walmart and be like, "Excuse me, where's the strategy aisle?" And they're like, "Oh, that's aisle 37." So you go to aisle 37 and you're like, "All these strategies. Do I want that strategy? Do I want that?" That's not how it works. You have to build something that works for you. That takes a lot of effort, that takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But you have to build a strategy that is fine-tuned to your personal risk tolerance. There is no one-size-fits-all strategy. I know a lot of people make it seem that way because those people are trying to sell you something or build a following, something like that. But the truth of the matter is, it's not like going to Walmart to picking out a strategy. You don't just grab a strategy and then just do that strategy. No, you build a strategy that best fits your needs. Yes, there are frameworks you need to work within. There are tools that you should be using, but how you operate, where you operate within the framework, within the tools, that is where your blood, sweat, and tears comes into play. I took 2 of your entries and won both trades. Well, Steve, congrats. Good job. I'm glad that worked out. And this is just whatever. This is just, was looking good, came down, it is what it is. So hopefully that makes sense, Robo. I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but you just got this. Unfortunately, trading is not easy. And what makes it not easy is you got to figure out a strategy that's going to best suit you and your needs. You're out. I am out, yeah. I got stopped out and then it went my favor. It did. You walked away still holding? Congrats. Everything in the market is different days. I think I'm going to do good. I burn. Look at that. Oh, just like that. Slug everybody wants to buy his magical indicator that he's probably selling for what, 97 cents? Close to the high of the day, shorty. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little nervous to even be putting on these trades when I know that around me. Let me put it this way. If I were to get stuck in a trade because I take one of these and then the NQ also stops moving, I would have 0 victim cards that I could play because I'm full aware that there's other things out there right now not moving. Yes. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about, Crypto Cola. Clay, do you try using other charts showing like 5 seconds move? No, I've never gone down to the 5. I have looked at the 15 second a couple times, but never the 5 second. I still not a profitable trader. We'll just got to keep on grinding. Yes, NQ is still moving. And I've taken 2 trades on it since the news of other things not trading, so maybe probably not the smartest move on my part. But like I said, if I do get trapped into something, I have nobody to blame but myself. It's just metals and energies. Right, for now. For now. Right, yes. For now, it is just metals and energies. But the mere fact that there have been some... is it like a virus? Does the virus spread? Yeah, you just let me know, Outdoorsman. I'll name the account after you and everything. Hey, do we got 20 people here that are enjoying? Would like to at least get this up to 300 likes. So if you are enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it helps. Makes a difference. Let's see if we can maybe get a little bit of a short squeeze in the likes here. Push us up over 300. Let's squeeze those shorts. Or do you like? Well, thank you, Robo. Thank you, Risk. What's up with gold? There we go. Oh, man, it is raining that question. Told you we're going to keep seeing it over and over and over. There is some sort of glitch right now with gold. Hey, there we go, 310. Nice short squeeze. We really squeezed those shorts. Yeah, I trade the New York Open. Yeah, that's my favorite time. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. White line up here is the high of the day, so I'm thinking, I don't know. Is that like a short there? The idea being playing a breakout here, but it just happens to be a fake break. So if you think that's a fake break, the question is, okay, well, where do you think the break stops being a fake? And I don't know, is that going to be up there at the high of the day? Maybe. Or is it a short here and a stop above the high of the day? I'm just thinking out loud right now. I don't know. I may not commit to any of those, just like I said. I'm just thinking out loud. It's been there 3 times. It's been where 3 times? Probably will try another long if it drops down to this area-ish. So we'll see. Maybe this is now the new sideways channel. High. It's been to the high 3. Well, which high are we talking about? Are you talking about the high of the day or this high right here? High of the day looking for a short. All right. 355 to 360. Oh, this range right here. Gotcha. Yeah, I know a lot of dojis, but it's like, it takes patience. It takes patience. And the problem is, like, I was long down here, as you guys saw. I waited. But before that move, that's why I traded. You don't even see what happened to me within the context of this candle. Within the context of this, it first came down, knocked me out, and then kept going. All right, here we go. Maybe a short up around here. Yeah, I'm going to try if it wants. Whatever. I don't know if I should be trading right now with all these issues going around the market. All right, looking to get short at the red line. Stop is the green. It's been up here several times before and is rejected. Let's see if it rejects once again. Oh, man. Did I miss it? I think I missed it. Was I too slow? Beware. Uh-oh. So ominous. What should I be aware of? If you're about to say that there's other issues in the market right now, I appreciate it, but I am aware. And never mind on that one as it drops. So a little too slow on that short. Don't let me get into your... No, you weren't in my head. I was just trying to understand what you weren't being specific enough. That's what I was just trying to clarify. Big green candle coming our way. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, everybody. A big green candle is coming our way. It's going to be the nice unfalsifiable claim. He did not specify how he defines big. He didn't say when it's coming our way. For all we know, we get a green candle 3 years from now, and he says, see, I told you so. It was coming our way. Gotta love the unfalsifiable claims. It's good stuff. Oh, brother. To be fair to that guy, JP, he did come back and said, all right, that was on me. So he did fess up to being a little bit, which I respect. Again, the guy cannot be wrong. Like, his statement was unfalsifiable. Big green candle coming our way. For all we know, he's like, see, I told you I was right. What do you mean? Well, that's my definition of a big green candle. Okay, I mean, okay. I guess per your definition, you were right, but like, so it is what it is. No, not you. No, a bigger one's coming. Unless it stops like gold and oh my goodness. Yeah, never ever opens again. The gold futures market is done forever. There we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah. 30 pips. Here we go. We got going to touch the new highs around. Oh, good grief. Why do people... why? The inability to self-validate. Badal Gotra. You have a homework assignment. I want you to go study self-validation because you are unable to do so. You are unable to self-validate. This is what we learned from several months ago from a psychoanalyst, which after double checking, it makes perfect sense. You are setting up a sequence to present yourself the opportunity to say, I told you so. because you are not able to self-validate. Therefore, you're looking for validation from others by being able to say, I told you so. Again, self-validation. Go look it up. Go study it. That's your homework assignment. You are not able to self-validate. All right, well, right now, that yellow line doing work. Oh, I saw wrong. In 60 minutes exactly, and it will drop so much. Trust me, I can go in. Okay, that's cool, Rust Reviews. We're going to trust you for sure. In fact, I trust you so much, I'm going to put all kinds of mortgages on my assets, and I'm going all in. I trust you, Rust Reviews. Let's go, brother. I accidentally fat-fingered, entered a trade, and lost 1%. That's a pretty fat finger. I can self-destruct, no problem. Yeah. The yellow is the high of the day. No, the white is the high of the day. S&P futures freeze before a big move. Oh, really? That's an interesting theory. So the reason why the metal stopped was because there's a big move coming? Is that, am I understanding? I don't want to misrepresent what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? That is why silver and gold and other things froze and stopped moving, is because there's a big move coming? I did not watch the hockey game, no. I think... Okay, so in other words, you're just making, this is just a random theory. Always do. Okay, I guess we'll see what happens. Wonder if they run it up for Nvidia or have insider info and dump it the last 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this we have not had a day like this in a while. Oh my goodness. I feel bad for anyone in a metals position. Yeah, I'm curious how it, when it opens back up, if it's opening right up where it left off. Hopefully, that would be the fair thing to do. Wherever the price froze at, open it up right from there. But I don't know if it'll be like a small cap stock, right? If anybody's ever been a small cap stock halt, you're like, uh-oh. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you're liking the beard. See, again, we were told that a big green candle was coming our way, and that was said about, I don't know, 7-8 minutes ago. Now, again, to be fair, hence the point of the unfalsifiable claim, he never said, like, when that was supposed to be. It's just incoming. This is the problem. All orders have been cleared off of CME's down. Darcy effect. Well, I mean, it's real, but to be fair to the guy, he didn't specify anything. So technically speaking, he can't be wrong. Because there might be a big green candle that shows up, 3 weeks from now. And then he'd be able to say, see, I told you so. A candle was incoming. But when you don't specify how you're defining incoming, it's like, okay, you can't be wrong. So, people like him, they're very clever in their wording. They're very, very clever. My candles are cyan and purple, so I will never get... We'll never get a B. What's BGC? The market going up, down, or sideways. But that's even that, Tim. That's my point right now, Tim. You can't even say that. Because, I mean, gold traders can't say that, right? The market's going to go up, down, or sideways, or literally do nothing because you have an issue like they're having right now. Yeah, exactly. And a big green candle today would be what, like 4 points? So convenient technical issues. Why does everything always have to be a conspiracy? Why can't it just be there is a glitch? Why? And I am very passionate about conspiracy theories because there are conspiracy theories about me on StockTwits. And as somebody that is like would truly know, are these conspiracy theories true or not? Yeah. Some people, they just want to make conspiracy out of any and everything. Yes, and I'm not kidding. So according to some, I don't know if it's as rampant as it once was several years ago, but yes, I supposedly run a penny stock shorting hedge fund. We target penny stocks and short them. Um, I'm a market maker, or I have a team of market makers, and we drive penny stock. I mean, I'm not kidding about any of this stuff. So that's why I always kind of look at conspiracy theories as I think I have a little bit of a uniquer position because if I cared enough, I'd probably venture around StockTwits, see if those conspiracy theories still are around, but they were. Some of you probably remember them. Who knows? Some of you maybe even believed them at one point. I don't know. Well, I got a life to go live. All right, have a good one. See you tomorrow, Slug. Okay, well, I assure you, your buddy was not shorting penny stocks. Like the stocks I'm being accused of shorting are like 000 things. Nobody in their right mind would ever short a 000 penny stock. The risk reward on that is asinine. Yeah, is this where he shows up and says, "See, I told you. Let's wait for it. Told you so." In which he will be banned immediately. Oh. Yeah, what is yeah. All right, to be fair, I just trying to search for metal futures not moving, and there's nothing even in the news right now. Yeah. All right, there is some movement. I guess if we're going to call this 50 up to 65, bet you see the 20 point. Are you a former ape? No. I was in wait. No. I was the one that apes got mad at because I believe it or not, I shorted GME a couple times. I was shorting AMC a couple times because I'm a trader. I long and short. And oh boy, that upset some of those apes. Oh man, you being short for those 30 seconds, you're destroying. It's like, Badel Gortra, stop. Stop. If you go any further, I'm going to ban you so quick. You showed up, you made an unfalsifiable claim, you sat there in silence and waited, and I guess it worked out. So now you're trying to sit here and lecture everybody. Where we all know, had it dropped from there, you'd have just disappeared into the midnight light. So just stop. Maybe some of the groups you hang around with, you can get away with unfalsifiable claims, so you can show up and act smart. But not here, brother. We see right through that crap. Next time, give us a time frame. When is this big candle coming? How big is this candle supposed to be? Watch out for yeah. No, Nathan's good. He's on standby, but he doesn't just ban out of nowhere. And I was talking about this yesterday. There's always little signs that people reveal that for whatever reason, well, we kind of know why in the self-validation, but like you just tell people don't know what they're talking about. He's talking pips. He's like, good grief. He's from the world of Forex. He probably thinks this is Forex. Like, what is going on? You know, it's just the little things that, you know, the little things that begin to reveal about somebody. Not even a big can. Well, we don't know that. That's my point. To be fair to him, per his definition, maybe this is a big candle. But yes, I sort of agree. Like, wow, we're calling big candles incoming 20-point moves. Like a 20-point move is all big. But again, to be fair to him, per his definition, maybe that's true. That's why it's an unfalsifiable claim, because he didn't define anything. All right. Options market is covering shorts. Now, didn't I just read the options market's not working? Or maybe I might have misread something. Is options working right now? Oh boy, Greg. Oh boy. Oh, options are working? Okay, I must have misunderstood what somebody else said. Oh, options on metals are not working. Okay. Gotcha. Huh. It is very, very isolated to just the metals. Yeah. Real quick, you asked about the prop firms, so let me just show you this real quick. These are my quick thoughts on the prop firm space. I recommend Take Profit Trader, and especially if you're a beginner of the prop firm space, then Take Profit Trader. But these other ones, like I said, if you're more experienced, you understand the rules, then there are many routes you can go. And if you do want to help support the stream, code CLAY, all caps, with any of those prop firms will give you whatever the best current deals are. But yeah, I am team Take Profit Trader. That is who I use, who I recommend. Yearly open is in play. Oh, I think the yearly open. Okay, I don't know if I've ever heard anybody. I've heard people care about like the yearly low or the yearly high, but the yearly open, I don't know if I've heard of that one, but somebody factoring that in. All right, we got an update. It looks like Globex metal futures options to open at so what is that? 2:45 Eastern. All right. So there we go. And then we can see if all these conspiracies work out. Was this all one big Marky the market maker doing this because there's about to be some sort of, I don't know. But we will still have to wait another 45 minutes from now. But there you go. Hey, I'm just going to ask because why not? We might have a chance to get up to that 400 like mark. So yeah, if you're enjoying, if we got, what's the math on that? 67? If we got 67 people here that are enjoying enough to hit that like button, please hit it. Would love to get this up over to 400 likes. That'd be a milestone that wouldn't be a new record, but it would put the streak, it would put the cold streak to an end. Okay, new rule. If you do the 6-7 thing, I'm banning you. Not a timeout, banned. Okay? Oh, wait, did I say 6-7? Is that why people were saying it? So I kind of... Yeah, I don't know. I still don't understand. It's something that the young kids are doing these days. It makes zero sense. Probably something from some, degenerate from TikTok was doing something because they were eating Tide Pods, and then who knows? Okay, Sandlot, Squints, Sandlot. If you do that again, you're banned. That is a rule violation. Please don't be talking about other people. Oh, it's from a rap song? Even better. Now, wait a second, Rust Reviews. Didn't you tell us that in 16 minutes we were going to plummet? Was that you, Rust Reviews? Okay, so if it doesn't roll over, then do I get to ban you for lying to us all? Is that how that works? I'd prefer to keep liars out of the chat. Clay, I like the way you operate. Well, thank you. It rubs some people the wrong way. Wait, this guy isn't going to let just little, this guy's not going to let meatloaf eating, living in their mom's basement punks just run their mouth? He's actually going to hold them accountable? What a jerk. He's mean. Yeah, I get it. It's not for everybody. I do kind of like, not do. I'd be interested in a long down right here. Did I lock that in? I did. All right, here we go. Looking for a long down at that green line, which is a 21 EMA, former breakout point. You're welcome, Nala. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Again, looking to get long on the pullback here. Or it's just going to go straight back up. I don't know. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, that was just, never mind the Rush Reviews. It was a clear troll from the get-go. Never mind. I won't ban. I was like, a clear troll. So we're good. We're good. He was just joking around. Come on. Trying to be patient. Letting it pull back. I actually do like that entry point quite a bit, but I don't know. Do I really want to throw myself into this where it could take 30 minutes because it chops around and then goes back? Well, I don't know. Do you have a job? I honestly, Rush Reviews, I don't even know if you're being serious now. Your other post was a clear troll, but I don't know if like that's your MO. Are you just trolling like constantly or no? I mean, I'd be happy to give you my thoughts, but I'd prefer not to give you thoughts if you're just actually not serious, if you're just trolling, like if you're just a troll. All right, Grill and Trend. Hey, good to see you, Grill and Trend. Have a good one. Yep. All right, let's see if we can pull back here. All right, well, I'd say get a job first. Because, yeah, you could take that $100 and get an account, but odds are, let me put it this way, the odds are not in your favor that you take that $100, you buy your first ever prop account, and then you make thousands and thousands of dollars from it. The odds, while not impossible, are not good that that actually happens. So I would first focus on getting a job to start to generate some income. All right, trying to see if it wants to pull back. Come on. You're welcome. Nice to have you here. Always good to see new faces. Yep. It always takes money to make money. When was that show out? $1 Million Man. I think that was before my time. I want to say that was like during my parents' time, but I guess I don't know when that show was out. Oh man, I really hope. What is even? This is the daily chart today. Yeah, I guess. How are we up 300 some points? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, no, it was that first part of the day. That's this. Okay, there it is. There it is. This is where the majority of the action came. All right, so this was like the land of milk and honey. And then after that, it's just been, oh my goodness. Oh, I was going to say, today we must have such a small candle. That's why I was looking at that and saying, okay, how small is the candle today? But I'm like, whoa, how do we have this does not feel like a big green candle type of day. But yeah, that now makes sense because, well, the majority of this big green candle happened during that opening part of the session or at the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, exactly, Tim. It was all at the open. Goodness. I'm a 70s kid, Bionic Man, and Evil Knievel. Oh, yeah, I know the name. Evil. I'm a 90s kid. Which I think was the best time to grow up. Late 80s, 90s. Good luck trying to tell me or anybody that was not the best time to be a kid. All right, trying to come back. Like I said, I wanted it down here, but maybe it's not going to behave. Yeah, I was born in 83. No. 90s. So good. So good. $0.60 now. I don't know. Maybe everybody's just biased to it, but I'm sorry. I like 90s Disney movies, Ninja Turtles, Jurassic Park, Home Alone. Little things like movies actually meant something. There were TV shows like where you had to wait and then you had anticipation. All right, it's Thursday tonight at 8 o'clock. Streaming is very convenient, but it has robbed kids of like the anticipation. Like who remembers going to the theaters on a Friday night and like that was the thing. There was no, oh my goodness. Don't even get me started. Yeah, and not to mention on top of this, you had to go outside and play because, well, there wasn't any streaming, so there was really nothing to watch unless you wanted to watch Days of Our Lives or like General Hospital. So let's go outside and play. There was no online gaming. Blockbuster, yeah. Well, Clay, but Blockbuster, there was the threat of going there and they're not having the movie. Yes, but within the threat built a level of satisfaction where when you went there and they did have the movie, oh, such a good feeling. You can't have that feeling of there actually being a movie if there was never any threat of there not being the movie. You know what I mean? No, kids don't know that now. There's no threat that it's not going to be on the streaming platform, right? Even Netflix. Think about that. There is always a threat that the movie you wanted to get from Netflix mailed to you might not be available. So when it was, oh, it felt that much better. Technology is just robbing these kids in the name of convenience. Yeah, without disappointment, you'll never experience not disappointment. Yeah, that's true, Trader Bob. You got to remember to rewind it. That is factual. Yep, exactly. When those new movies would show up, did you hear such and such? Jurassic Park is on VHS. Let's go. And yeah, you got your 50 copies and they're all gone. Our hippocampus. Ooh, you're getting above. Yeah, I was before Jay Hundo. I was before the A-Track and the Betamax, whatever those things were. I just remember the VHS. And then, of course, DVD. And then, dun, 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 Blu-ray. 48. Okay, I'm 42. So you got 6 years on me. Good old floppy disk. We've had this conversation before, but I would argue one of the most kind of under the radar but impressive pieces of technology development is storage. Like now in like a little bit of a stick, I think that's the equivalent of like millions of floppy disks. Like one little stick, if you do the math, I want to say that like a terabyte stick is potentially, like I don't know, millions of floppy disks in your hand. So storage technology, I think, is one of those things that is oftentimes overlooked, but highly like just underappreciated. How efficient we now are at storing information. Remember when they tricked people into buying? Well, who did Blu-rays compete against? Blu-rays competing against another technology. What was that? Like HD, like high definition discs or something? Floppy was 1.4 megabytes. Yeah. If anybody wants to do the math on that, go for it. According to Google, 730,000 floppy disks on 1 terabyte. And I think you can get 2 terabyte like thumb drives now, which would be obviously over 1 million. That's crazy. Anyways, if I were to just have to write a paper about one of the most underrated, underappreciated forms of technology, mine would be information storage. Yeah, oh yeah, HD DVD. Yeah, HD DVD and then Blu-ray fought against one another. And yeah, Blu-rays obviously won out. I'm 75 and I remember Dad bring home. Yeah, I remember my dad talking about that too. Like for them, that was the big thing. Color TV. Yeah, dude. Yeah. The computer games with multiple discs. All right, have a good one, Rust Reviews. I am interested in a long down at this yellow line. We also have the 21 EMA right there, so it might take a swing at it long, but trying to be patient. We're talking about the 90s right now. As we stall, as we try to not have myself get underly patient, right? Underpatient would be not enough patience, I think. We 25 accounts of TV. Wait, 5. Oh yeah, the big old TV. Oh my goodness, it's great. Yeah, yeah, the rabbit ears. Oh man, earthworm. Did you just call Jimmo earthworm? Wow, that's I'm gonna have to let him know that he's getting called an earthworm now. It's crazy. I'm gonna text him right now. We'll see if he shows up. You're getting cooked, period. Somebody just called you an earthworm. There we go. We'll see if earthworm Jim shows up now. I'll add a little bit more drama. I'm trying to put down the riot, comma, but everybody is turning against you right before my very eyes. There we go. We'll exaggerate a little bit. Comes crawling. Kyle, bless your... I don't even know what to do with Kyle anymore these days. What time is Nvidia? Yeah, after the market, I heard 4:15. I don't know. Sometime after the market. I'm not even going to commit it to it. Just, it's after the market. So be ready. Okay, it's red. It's red. We'll see if he comes. We'll see if the earthworm is crawling to get here. T minus 60 seconds. I'm gonna call it. We're gonna see Jimbo's name. Jimbo the earthworm. Come on. Again, I wanted it to come down here for a long. It did pull back, but I got my entry point wrong, and now it seems to be curling back upwards. So. Todd, you might be a little bit behind, maybe. My son had to do a 4-H project about earthworms and ducks. Like separately, or like were they intertwined? I'm trying to think. How would earthworms and ducks be intertwined? Maybe because ducks like to eat earthworms? Staying in short until after the earnings. Okay. That sounds like either kind of a works out or you're a cook type of trade. About how they are parasite. Oh, like that kind of worm? Like parasitical worms? I mean, I thought you were talking about like the good old like earthworm that comes out when it rains. Outdoorsman, you were terrible with context. I will tell you that right now. Earlier you said there was a snowball fight, and then you left out a ton of context. Here you're talking about earthworms, but they're not actually earthworms. You got to work on your context. Holy smokes. Which, by the way, where's Neil at today? How come we didn't say Neil? Are you buying at the line or shorting? Why do you ask? 931 Lucky. Why do you ask? Because I want in. Okay, so you just want to follow me? You just want to blindly follow? Is that why? We're a team. No, we're not. This is not a team sport. Ultimately, it boils down to your own individual decision. You got to think for yourself. I'm programming and chatting at the same time. I mean, that's fine. That would explain why you're so bad at providing context. But so the point stands. You're bad at providing context. Okay, who are you? You've been here before then. Maybe not. Good. I'm glad you're just joking. But in my defense, believe it or not, there would be some people here. Let me put it this way. On the internet and on live streams, that joke is not like obvious joke. I'm glad you're just joking though, but I mean, cut me a little slack. This is the internet where some people would be dead serious with all of that. Still maybe kind of sort of thinking down here. What time is it? Oh, so 15 minutes from what I've seen in the chat. 15 minutes, and if you are in a, actually give me a 5. If you are stuck in any kind of trade, I would assume it would be more of a gold trade, but maybe there's other. If you're stuck in a trade right now, give me a 5. Who here is stuck in a gold trade or silver or just any sort of trade? Anybody? Oh, there he is. Ooh, all right, several of you. Well, eek. I'm not answering this question anymore because you did not reply to me. Okay, well, feel free to copy and paste your question again. I do not always see every single message, but I try my best. You can clear your positions from the T. Yeah, but I don't know, Ty, if that would work in this situation because, like, the market's literally not working. It's not that the market's working and the platform's not working. It's literally the market is not working. So I don't know if would that work in this situation? I don't know. Maybe. Outdoorsman, that's funny. Incoming 3 p.m. power hour. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. If it's power hour and the hour is the last day or last hour of the session, yeah. It's always a question though, is there gonna be any power in the hour? That's always the $1 million question. I know that it's called power hour, but sometimes that's not very accurate. I don't swing trade. Yeah, and yes, I only use prop firms. Yeah, the only accounts I use now for day trading, because that's the only thing that makes any sense, would be prop firms. I tried that. Did it? Oh, you're talking to Ty. Okay. I might swing with Nvidia earnings coming. Okay, I mean, let's just call it what that is. You might roll the dice and take a gamble. Like, don't lie to yourself. Again, if you're like, I'm gonna gamble on earnings by either an option or do something, don't call it a trade. You have no idea how the market's gonna react to Nvidia earnings. Nobody has any idea. So just call it what it is. You're gonna take a gamble. You're gonna roll the dice. Fine. You are welcome. I try to do my best here with that. If I'm catching a knife, I just be like, listen, I'm catching a knife. There's no need to tell myself anything different than what I'm doing. I'm trying to catch a knife. Yeah, there probably is a rising wedge here that's forming. Ooh, that's interesting. Grassmaster, just when I think you've stopped your old ways, they pop back up again. The amount of incorrect assumptions in that whole statement are just mind-boggling. Yeah, probably right about there. Problem with the rising wedge in this situation is, I mean, there is still enough room here probably for a scalpy scalp, but it could break and then bounce off the 21 EMA, and then it's like, Grassman, never mind, dude. Never mind. To say somebody is going crazy within like a strategy sort of means like they're breaking rules of a strategy, right? Like, oh man, I just went crazy. So, like, when you say that, it's just, yeah, again, just never mind. It doesn't matter. I've been down this pathway with you before. Some people, I don't know. It just doesn't quite ever click, I don't think. Jimbo wants to know why am dude, I try to stop them. I try to stand up for you, but they weren't having any of it. Yes, that I think that is one of your problems. I don't know if you understand how the English language works. Yes, just reminiscing. Fair enough. My point is you're reminiscing very, very inaccurately. Just reminiscing when I used to be the president of the United States. Well, dude, but you were never the president. Dude, relax. I'm just reminiscing. Yeah, I don't know if I really like the rising wedge here or not. Which probably means at this point it's just going to blast down through it. It's going to be an epic breakdown. Tuttle Investment CBP. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what you just said there, Sandlot. I'll just put it that way. Oh, the inverse Kramer? Dude, that's, I don't know. Imagine having an inverse ETF named after you. That's wild. Dude, listen, you're hilarious. Keep doing this forever. I'd almost even pay if the market... Well, I mean, you don't have to pay me if you just use code Clay. That is a way where you get a deal and I make a little money if you use code Clay. So yeah, you don't have to pay me anything straight up. Code Clay gets you something, aka an account, saves you money in that account, and indirectly, I suppose, pays me without paying me. So yeah, if you do want to, like I said, support the stream, code Clay. But good, I'm glad you're finding it entertaining. That's the goal. Well, the goal is more so to make people aware of Pam's plant, day trading futures through a prop firm, but hopefully in an entertaining way. Yeah, hey, 27 more likes. Let's go. Let's push this up to 400 likes. Do we got 27 of you fine, beautiful individuals out there to hit the like button and push this up over 400? I use code Clay up 1,500 2 days. Yeah, that's what it must be too. It's the fact you use code Clay of why you're making money. That must be it. I cannot confirm or deny, but word on the street is if you use code Clay, you'll just start making money. That's just what I heard. Nothing is beautiful. Hey, well, thank you. Nothing as beautiful as that beard. I'll take it. Yeah, Adam, I think that the 50K does make the most sense. Agree with that. Seriously, how hard is it? Well, to be fair to people, I think people are just like, it doesn't matter. It's just the like button. So I understand where those people are coming from, but it actually does make a big difference. But I do understand in their mind, it's like, who cares? It's such a simple thing to do. It doesn't make any difference. But that's what's weird about it. It is such a simple thing to do, but it does make a difference. So I can understand where those people are coming from. But if you are one of those people, it actually does. FYI, it does make a difference. Well, we're right here at the bottom of that rising wedge. All right. Well, you know what? I think we're good. My brain is pretty much shutting off now, and with this action, yeah. But anyways, before you go, if you wanna ultimately help support the stream, code Clay, all caps, with any of these prop firms I recommend Take Profit Trader. I think they're the best in the business, especially if you're a beginner to the prop firm space due to their very clean set of rules. Not that there's anything wrong with these other prop firms, but they do have more rules where, beginners can get a little bit more confused. But either way, this is totally viewer supported. There's no sponsorships, nothing like that. So if you want to help ensure that the stream continues, then code Clay, all caps, with any of these prop firms is how you can make that happen. So on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, it would be appreciated. Maybe we can get 7 more, push this up over 400 likes. But that would be awesome. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. So if you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Also, turn on notifications so you can be made aware of when I do go live. Usually I show up a little early. So if you want to know exactly when I go live, and I've also, some people have said that YouTube's not even telling everybody when I'm live. But I think if you turn on notifications, it'll help out with that issue too. But either way, I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Thank you for being here. I had a fun. This was a fun one in a weird way. Not the greatest price movement, but overall, some good conversations. No major really trolls. So overall, I'll consider it a good solid day. So anyways, thank you everybody. Again, code Clay, all caps. And I'll see everybody back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Take care, everybody.